Didn't I? Oh, shit. Oh, now let's use this instead. Yeah. There we go. Thanks. There we go. Talk of the Operation Clown Year 2025 MC. I kind of saw you popping off a little bit in the group chat, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna start a stream so we could just, because I knew you would probably pop in here anyway. How in the timeline did Trump and Netanyahu relationship turn sour? Did it? My understanding, because I didn't read that yet, but my understanding was, they were actually kind of buddy-buddy and basically pulled a Reagan against Carter kind of situation. Because you had, the hostage deal back then, right? This is kind of a similar thing. At least that's what I thought. Well, they actually end up getting sour with each other? Because that's confusing. I mean, if that means that Trump somehow, does a weird curveball and, cracks down on Israel versus what Biden did, I mean, I'm going to say that's based. I'm just going to put that out there. From the TLDR coverage, yes, Trump called him a son of a bitch on Twitter. Oh, my God. Trump has been pressuring Netanyahu to accept ceasefire deal. Well, yeah, because from what I understand, Trump's been working behind the scenes, including before the election, to try to postpone the ceasefire deal initially. But now that the election's over and he won, now he wants the deal because he wants it to be his credit. I mean, I know that when the deal was set in stone and done, because it was obviously a few days before Biden's officially over, both of them are taking credit for it. So I think that's probably why, Trump is pissed, because Netanyahu kind of self-serving in his own interests and Israeli interests, for the state, is kind of did it on their own timeline, which I'm pretty sure Trump wanted it to be after, he was inaugurated. Trump wanted to build a resort in Gaza like the fuck. He does. He wants, a resort along with the other fucking bullshit that Israel wants to build in Gaza. I mean, yeah. But I think that's a part of the deal that probably didn't work out really well. Or who didn't care too much about that, and probably some other details that we don't know about, probably got fucked over, at least to Trump. Which, if that's the case, then I guess, weirdly enough, based on both ends, I suppose? Basically, off for fucking Trump over, but base Trump for, cracking on Israel a little bit. Let them fight, let them kill each other kind of thing. The deal would make it harder as it maintains the status quo. Yeah, but Israel's, they're not going to give a fuck. They've already been slowly but surely kind of adding, property and stuff. They've been already doing that. So it might maintain status quo, but from where they already have kind of starting to, set up, real estate, I'm pretty sure they're going to keep going with that. And besides, when it comes to the status quo in general so far, at least when it comes to Israel, do they really abide by anything? I don't think we're going to see much, when it comes to them holding their end of the bargain. This has to be solely to embarrass Biden. Oh, it is. Oh, that definitely is a part of it for sure. I just think, obviously, there was some other backroom deal shit going on between Netanyahu and Trump to where, obviously, something turned sour, and a lot of it is probably due to the timeline of how things went down. I guarantee you Trump wanted this to happen on his watch when he was already inaugurated, because then that means that he can completely take credit for it, and Biden literally can't take credit anymore at that point. Because now it's embarrassing when Netanyahu also is still flubbing up like a goddamn carcass, barely cognizant and aware of himself. Going out there, it's like, we made a peace treaty with Hezbollah and Israel, Jack. He literally didn't even say Hamas in his little speech or anything. He literally said Hezbollah. It's like, well, more like Hezbollah, Jack. Like, so that motherfucker is like, barely there and cognitive as it is, so I really highly doubt he really even played a major role in anything in the first place. And, and I guarantee you this is literally what that's about. It's just to literally make him look like a fucking embarrassing dolt for the very last little bit of everything. All in all, I mean, it worked, I would say, because he looked like a doddering fucking fool and shit, like, making a stupid little speech. So, honestly, it would have been better if he just let Trump take the fucking credit and just shut it up. And just, did something else instead to kind of, one-up it or something. Made peace treaty from the land down under, Jack. For the land down under. Right? Yeah. It's definitely, I mean, in a way, if Trump has got the relationship sour with Israel now to the point where he might crack down on them or something, I would say, hey, broke clock right twice a day, I guess. Depending if shit turns real sour with him and Musk, and depending on how he deals with him, that might even be based. Because I've told my hypothetical on stream before about what Trump should do if he burns the bridge with Musk, because I think that would be mega based and fucking amazing. Because that hasn't already been happening since Reagan and Biden's been in power during that entire time. Because he's a part of the oligarchy. He wants to pretend that he's against it, or he wanted to, stand against the line of corporate greed, Jack. But he's basically just saying that because Trump happens to be the biggest con man elite, when it comes to that type of shit in the first place. He's the oligarch. Straight up. And it's in cooperation with a lot of them. But same was Biden. Both of them were a part of, the oligarchical power and shit. It's just that one, I guess, is better than the other, even though that doesn't mean shit. They're both fucking you over, so, ultimately, especially when it comes to the average person, what real difference is there? What, one of them's more honest and the other one isn't? Because I'll grant this about Trump, at least he's honest enough to the extent of what he shows you who he is. Is he a flip-flopper, lies all the time? Abso-fucking-lutely, but he's blatantly, openly like that. He doesn't have to tell you that's who he is, he just does it. At least, he's honest enough to do that. I mean, so I know that no matter what, if it serves his best interest, that's what he does. It doesn't matter, how many lies he says within even a sentence, let alone a fucking day. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where I can at least get that, and that's probably why some people, honestly, are like, well, at least you know what he's going to do. I'm like, well, yeah, serve himself and his rich crony fucks. Ain't helping you. I mean, that's really a lot of the major differences between, the Democrats versus the Republicans when it comes to the oligarchical power of fucking you. Is that Republicans are legitimately at least willing to be open about that and say, yeah, we're going to fuck you, and anyone who, is too stupid to realize that, well, they're going to be our voting bloc. So. Sweet. I mean, another thing, too, is that, there would be, I think, a lot more of a sense of people being enthusiastic, too. Even if the broader establishment, status quo of the Democratic Party was still to be what it is, but at least even bare minimal offers of breadcrumbs, even, with Obama, there was at least, to the extent of shit like that. That at least, gave a sense of all right, there's at least a thing I guess you could look at. But, beyond that, a lot of it literally is just mostly aesthetical, basically. But at least there was, something. And now at this point, Like, look how much, especially libs, clamor to like have Obama back. At this point. So, I mean, obviously, if you at least offer the barest of fucking minimal, then for like multi, elections and cycles to come, you're going to be basically worshipped. Because look, Obama. Look at him. Republicans fuck you all, waving Confederate flag. Democrats fuck you all, waving a rainbow flag. Basically. And the Democrats will pretend to say they're not fucking you by being like, oh, see, we're nice. Look at this rainbow flag. Ain't it cute? And then they have like a gigantic triple XL Bad Dragon dildo to fucking like destroy you and impale you like you're about to be a victim of Vlad. And Dracul himself. It's like, I mean, one of those things where all in all, you're still getting fucked, but and the Dems just kind of do it in a way that makes it seem like it sounds nicer, but it isn't. Because the Republicans are doing the same thing, but they're just admitting like, yeah, it's gonna hurt and it's gonna suck a lot. So if you're too dumb to realize, that's perfect. But beyond that, it's pretty much the same thing. Students are so low that Obama is significantly better than these boomer fools. I know. That's why I was mentioning about how like libs clamor to want him back now, basically, because he in a way is kind of like better than what we've been having since since Carter, basically. And even then. Good statement on redemption arc lately. She roasted the GOP so hard over the anti-trans House bill. I didn't see that yet, but I did kind of see like a little thumbnail about that earlier, and I was like, she's popping off again, I see. Frankly, she better. Like, this better be like the year where she actually kind of starts popping the fuck off, because frankly, think about it. What does she have to lose? I mean, the Dems are in disarray. She might as well try to take more of an onus to kind of like be at least some sort of a vocal head, so to speak, and kind of take the mantle in a way. Like, if she wants to like gain power and be like kind of a bad bitch, this is I think her time to shine. Oh, she's totally capable of it. I'm still my favorite like fucking thing of the year last year that she ever done was that baby girl. Like when she did that, dude, that was like my top tier like favorite AOC moment of all time, and especially of last year. Like that was my favorite peak moment of her. So I mean, if she does some like, she doesn't even have to go that hard, but I like it, but if she at least does that kind of like aggressive like antagonistic fervor, at least it doesn't have to go intense, but just that I'd be happy. But is she actually gonna like kind of continue to be consistent with that? I mean, Democrats really like leadership right now. Should grab the mantle and start moving these back to the left. That's kind of what I'm saying. And there's at least still a few people that are, to her equivocal left, or at least maybe, a little more or less, give or take. I mean, and they're already, decent leaders too, to an extent, despite their flaws, like Omar, Tlaib, etc. So, I mean, she could also, like, work with, lower houses too, to an extent. Like, maybe, like, start talking with other, are aligned to others, and shit that are at like state and local levels. I mean, she was already kind of, working her way up to be like a Democrat darling, so to speak. So I do have a little cautiousness over that, but I mean, if she's kind of at a point of like, fuck it, then I'd be totally happy with it. Because at least, especially as it stands right now, like, it does get me a little worried about, like, wondering how, far, they're going to take it, kind of. Hopefully, pretty significant. Wait, when the music stop? Just, oh, wait. Hold on, like that. Oh, god damn it. Just doing that bullshit. Hold on. I know this one. Love how it does that. Okay, there we go. There we go. God damn, this is stupid fucking. Oh, yeah. I definitely have at least a little cautiousness, considering, her rise so far. But, especially in the last, couple cycles. But, I mean, considering her recent, change over the year, then that is definitely going to be something that, hopefully, especially, this coming year, we're going to see something, really great with that. Hopefully. Because hopefully she learned a lesson that, collaborating with Democrats, especially with the establishment, doing this big tent idea is just not working. And she's at least willing to have some self-reflection, because she even asked, like, why are the people that voted for Trump but also voted for me at the same time, who obviously were, like, like multi, electoral, like, Dem voters and shit. Like, obviously something fucked up, and she's at least willing to listen and change course, accordingly. So, I'm optimistic, but I still got some caution over it. As long as she keeps her, eyes on the prize. Most of the progressives are too low-key. And hence why they need to, be more loudmouth. Like, they need to learn from AOC a little bit. It's like, hence, that moment when she went, girl, baby girl, straight to Marjorie Taylor Greene and shit. Stuff like that's rememberable. Like, people want you to pop off a little bit, you know what I mean? It's like, so, they should probably learn from her. Like, because she's honestly the biggest loudmouth so far. And that's a good thing. We lost Lynch. I know. I found out when I woke up today. I was like, what the fuck? Lynch is gone? I was like, damn. That is sad. But that just means that, we just have to, explore more Lynchy, kind of stuff and explore some of his movies. There's just a few movies I haven't seen of his yet. Funny enough, surprisingly, never seen Mulholland Drive yet. So, perfect time than ever. Pretty fucked up by not creating a new party in 2016. Well, hey, I think there's an energy for it that, I think could take off, at some point. I think at this point, it's just one of those things where who's actually going to say fucking and do it? Because Bernie still can technically do it, but at the same time, like, so can AOC, so can a few others. There just has to be enough, to at least just have it, like, kind of like at least established, even in a few states. That's all that really matters. Even if, like, it's like 10 seats, congressionally or something. That's something. That at least gets an immediate start to be like, well, you pretty much already have 5% just from the virtue of that type of shit. It would be tough, but it's a multi-party system that's been or a two-party system that's been heavily fucking ingrained like this for a long fucking time. It's going to be hard to break. But obviously starting directly from the grassroots up is not working so far. So there needs to be some motherfuckers, that are already kind of in there, like Congress people or something, to get it kick-started. There needs to be like a little defibrillator, like, to start it, before it actually can get rolling. Evidently. So, I mean, I guess in a way that's like a takeover, but not with any particular party, just a takeover of the two-party system to kind of crack it at least. And being very consistent with it. There's 8 to 8 bigs. Yeah, me neither. Though I definitely want to at least, check out some more of his movies first, especially. Especially when it comes to, like, his first movie, Eraserhead. That one is, like, despite it being his, like, first movie, it's, like, really, like, peak, like, true raw, like, exploration of kind of, like, Lynch's style and shit. It's so fucking cool. And very fucking weird. And hard to explain, too. Good movie, though. That was our chance. So, the revolution has been very effective at drafting leadership outside of AOC. Well, that's not a party. That's an organization. So, It can't really be like some org that's doing it. Oh, they should help, obviously, but I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, I mean, all in all, that's definitely something that needs to obviously be addressed to some extent. You should join Blue Sky even if you use the Web and Study app. I'll definitely have to, at least to start with. So, you'll like it. A lot of labor left-wing stuff on there. Oh, I know. And also, there's a lot of, Rule 34 stuff there, too, that I keep getting, I keep getting, like, sources, too, from different, like, little groups on Telegram I follow, and I'm just like, motherfucker, I guess this is where all the fucking degenerates went. This is where all the degenerates decided to go to. So it's like, motherfucker. I got multiple reasons to do it, okay? It's like, aye. And teaches all pretentious about it. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to at least watch that, and then see if it's actually my thing or not, but I mean, who knows? If I like it, then I like it. If I don't, I don't. All the gens are like, ew, Nazis had left for Twitter for Blue Sky. I know, dude. No, for real. That's basically just what happened. If it wasn't Threads, not allowing like porn and shit, they would go there too. Come where the skies are blue, and those notes are written in red. And I say to myself, what a cringe lord world. I know, eventually. That's just corporate. Also, extend pro-religious content. Yeah, they're not exactly very fond of certain things over there. And to be fair, I haven't used it in a while. So, not a big deal to me. Anything that makes it easy for me to not really use it that often. So, from Brazil. Well, hello. I wish I knew Portuguese, but I know Spanish instead, so. I'll say I like Sepultura. Fucking, metal band out in New Zealand. I like them. They're fucking awesome. It's also owned by the Zuckerhead. Well, of course it's owned by the Zuckerhead. I don't know if you were in here earlier, but I was mentioning, like, the last time I saw him when he was, like, kind of addressing his recent changes, of, like, Blue Sky and shit. Meta. And, dude, the guy legit has made a 180 change with his, like, appearance. Like, he actually looks like a human, looks jacked up a little bit. I was just kind of like, whoa. It's like, what the fuck? Zuckerberg is actually kind of, like, attractive? It's like, whoa. Do you like Brazil, yes or no? Sure. Yeah, I like Brazil. Never been to Brazil. Well, me neither, but, I can still like it. I like that they finally got rid of Bolsonaro, and he's no longer a thing. So, that's good. Plus, new leadership there is pretty, get things kind of fixed up a little bit. And plus, like Sao Paulo and then, Rio. Like, I definitely would love to visit Rio one day. And also, I know there's, like, another little, like, party city that's kind of more in, like, northern Brazil and shit that I would like to check out. That'd be kind of dope. And as long as I, had, like, every fucking form of bug spray known to man, I would also like to explore the Amazon. Do you speak Portuguese? No. I barely speak Spanish. But my friend Rip been to Portugal. He's been to Lisbon. Closest I've been to Portugal. And there's a lot of Brazilians there. Lol. The Brazilians met in Portugal were very cool people. Well, shit. Well, there you go. And I've always heard like Brazilians are pretty cool as fuck anyway, so. I mean, that sounds like that's pretty consistent. So, there you go. A lot of governments starting Amazon rainforests. Well, yeah. I mean, from what I understand, like the new government is kind of cutting back a lot significantly on that and trying to work with indigenous peoples with that shit. At least in comparison to the previous government with Bolsonaro. Because that guy was just like, cut it all down. We shall have lumber. Destroy the system of this environment. So, Cutting back. I don't know. No pun intended. I mean, I don't know how much like they are actually being consistent with that, but I just know that's like what at least the new leadership has been, trying to advocate for. But I don't know how like true that is. Portuguese is a crazy language. I can understand a lot of the science and stuff, but I couldn't understand a word people were speaking. It's probably just because of the accents. Biden said fire away. LA fire shit crazy as fuck. Yeah, it definitely is. Because like a lot of it's just due to just like horrible fucking management and just droughts of shit, and like it's just ridiculous. From what I understand, at least they're finally like being quelled and shit, but it's just one of those things where like the more and more like the years go on, it literally just consistently gets worse with these types of situations. The rebuilding. Well, that's good at least. Do you think we'd be better off primarily if Al Gore became president instead of Bush? Probably not. Maybe. I honestly don't know. Oh, that's at the end. Hola Pasola? Or Hola Pasol? Hola Pasol? It's on 24-hour security for blowing whistle on the fire stuff. I mean, that dude was just kind of going off on random quirky shit, like on Fox and stuff. I really don't think like he really had any like some insider information. He's already been known as a quack and a fucking nut. I mean, I don't really think there's anything you really take for granted with him. You want to take it with a gigantic salt mine's worth of skepticism with that guy. I mean, it's just because he kind of started to get rehabilitated by Hollywood lately doesn't really mean he's he's returned to sanity. The dude is definitely still a nut. There's like some wild fucking shit he was like, talking on like Joe Rogan not that long ago, and while his house was burning down, by the way, and while on top of that was like, even Joe was just kind of like, what the fuck is he talking about? There's no way. This sounds like insanity. Even Joe was a little like, just like, I don't know about that there, my guy. I forgot like some of the shit that Mel was saying, but whatever it was just some quack shit. Gabe Harlow's old roommate. Oh. I was wondering who it might have been. I think we would have an easier time back then, too. With like 2016, if Al Gore were to, yeah. I mean, to be fair, we won't know what like 08 to 2015 would look like either, depending on how Al Gore treated certain events. Because would 9/11 still happen under Gore, or would he actually be competent enough and also actually smart enough to prevent that? Considering Dick Cheney and Bush and shit, because and their interests and motives with that. Because, I mean, if there's any conspiracies that I'm definitely, kind of fucks with, it's that. So, would that just happen later down the line? I mean, like early 2000s. So, that's what I mean, with, like, Gore. Because, like, if he won, would 9/11 still happen? Or would that be prevented? Like, obviously, depending on how that happens, we might still go to Afghanistan at least, potentially, but that might have been different. That probably would... Honestly, I would say this much. I think Gore would actually understand the idea of cooperating at diplomacy, and actually work with the Taliban, which the Taliban openly were talking to Bush, in at least the actual timeline, saying, hey, we'll help you out, find, Osama and shit. Just let us know, like, what you need, and we'll, like, they were actually open to help. But Bush is like, we don't negotiate with terrorists. So he, decided to do a coup instead. So, frankly, I'm pretty sure, let's say the, 9/11 happened the way it did still, like, I'm pretty sure Gore would have gone about that way differently. I doubt we'd gotten into Iraq, and even if so, I don't think it would have happened the same way that it would have. I'm pretty sure it would have been more like, tapping into, like, Baghdad specifically or some shit, and then just immediately bugging the fuck out after, like, collaborating with, like, the, opposition party or something. And then, like, helping the Kurds establish a Kurdistan or whatever. Like, I feel like things would have at least played a little bit more differently, considering if things were to still kind of play out the way they did. But even then, I thought that would probably be, like, the worst case scenario of it being, like, the close to our timeline. Realistically, I doubt any of that would have happened. Depending on, like, if 2004 ends up being, like, a Republican victory instead, that could be, mean some shit could be different then. So, I mean, it's one of those things where, there's a massive variety of possibilities with an Al Gore presidency, but frankly, I argue that all of them are way better than what we got now. Even if we still have to deal with, like, liberalism and, like, conservatism and Republican bullshit, I feel like things would be a lot different, in comparison. Consensus, it seems to be that Gore would have definitely gone to war with Afghanistan, but would have left Iraq alone. Not great, but better than Bush. Well, arguably, we probably wouldn't have been stuck in Afghanistan for damn near fucking 20 years. Like, it would have been, like, from the initial, Kasi Belli, to, find and take out Osama, or at least, bring him to justice by capturing him. One or the other. And, deal with Al-Qaeda, which, yeah, they were kind of active in Afghanistan, but mainly because they were fighting with the Taliban, because they're different sects of what formerly were the Mujahideen. Like, I mean, so we just, like, I feel like, even then, there probably would have been more collaboration with the Taliban, more so than just, like, fuck them too, kind of thing, and establish, like, like a puppet state, basically. Granted, maybe that still would happen, but I feel like, there'd be more of a sense of diplomacy, at least with the Taliban, while dealing with Al-Qaeda, while, technically, being, in their kind of war and conflicts and shit. And once we got our objective done, we pulled the fuck out. Dems reformed him a decade later. A decade from now, they'll do the same with Trump. We're unlikely enough that he lives that long. Also, I want liberals to understand that, short of Trump getting us into several decades long war, it'll never be as bad as Bush, who did exactly that. Fuck the civil rights to hell, which Obama continued to do. Fun fact. Yeah, of course. And also, like, Biden didn't do anything to really curtail either. So, it's one of those things where if you, like, you can just put the blame to both sides. It's like, depending on which one, like, specifics of the blame, both play in really, frankly, a lot of ways equal parts. And especially with the Dems, as far as I care lately, because, like, as bad as Trump is, yeah, he's nowhere near as fucked as Bush, because how did all these, slow trickle backs of fucking civil rights and shit started? Because of fucking Bush. Like, I mean, ultimately the argument, especially when it comes to the wars and when it comes to, like, the slow degradation of our civil rights and culture war fucking nonsense too, about, like, ultra nationalistic fervor and xenophobia, you could especially thank Bush for that, though a lot of that's been going on for quite a while, well before him, but he capitalized on that. Patriot Act, fucking, if you don't support going to war, you're basically a terrorist supporting raghead loving sympathizer, whatever the fuck, shit like that. I mean, it's like, I mean, that type of fervor and culture war shit's been going on for a long time, especially post 9/11. So, I mean, Trump is not, like the start of all this fucking issues. He's just literally another symptom of the problem. And frankly, isn't even like the worst symptom out there. I mean, even Bush is not technically the start of all these problems. He's just a major fucking catalyst and one of the biggest symptoms in the modern American politics as of late. So it's one of those things where ultimately, like if you really want to like blame the virtue of Trump in here, blame Bush, blame the patriarch and the fucking Cheney and that administration, and blame Democrats for not actually fucking doing anything to challenge that from the fucking get-go because, we don't want to see it as like American hating piece of shit and lose our elections and it was only after like basically around 2004 to 2005, like it was Iraq that people started getting a little skeptical. And then after the damage was done in Iraq, that's when people started fucking hating on Bush. Like near the end of Bush's administration, he left with a very horrible approval rating. So, I mean, it's like people, saw it a little too late, but the Dems didn't do fucking anything to capitalize on it. Obama kind of did, but then it got morphed right into the same fucking crowd, lickly split. I guess by the end of 2028. But Trump said he'd do stuff. Disfranchised bomb supporters. Welcome to the club, you dumb fuck. Yeah, seriously. I decided to add the dumb fuck in there myself. Felt like it'd be more fitting. And also, what's kind of funny is, people wonder why, like, especially younger people are kind of like a little bit more anti-American these days more than not. Because a lot of us had to grow up in this shit. Or like as young adults see this shit, and come to fruition. So, should have been like, maybe the guy who ordered drone strikes on innocent civilians isn't good after all. I mean, y'all in general, by the way. Well, yeah. Especially when it comes to the fact that a lot of like, the administrations after that, when it came to Trump and Biden, weren't near as bad about it. Like Trump might have dropped a Moab and shit in Afghanistan or whatever the fuck, but at least it wasn't like constantly fucking drone striking everywhere. There were still drone strikes going on, but like fuck. I mean, like, and he did a lot of fucked up drone strikes too. It's not like he didn't do them, but I mean, the whole emphasis and the idea that like, it's he's just somehow worse than the Democrats. Period. When it comes to this, like, no, he wasn't. Like Obama was like the most fucked one out of all this shit. He's known as the deported chief for a reason. Even Biden, deported more people than Trump too. Which, I mean, like how does that even make sense? Considering that, there's such like, a xenophobic fervor too when it comes to a Republican base, but yet behind their fucking backs, the same people they vote for love that cheap ass fucking labor, especially if it's under the table. They love the fuck out of it. It's hence why, frankly, they don't really do as many deportations because of that type of shit. Get this little bit clean out. There we go. So, not anti-American. I'm anti-Americans. I want these fucks to leave. I mean, for real. Like, I mean, in a way, I'm kind of a little bit of both, at times. But, hey, it's what are you gonna do? If anything, I'm more like anti, like exploiters of Americans and exploiters of fucking third world and like, of, the general, like needs of, people in society, which our state happens to be, basically bought and owned by motherfuckers that are dedicated to pretty much just that. So, with disadvantage of watching the playbacks of Onion Nuggets, that there's not a live chat I can interact with. Yeah, that's unfortunate. At least you can see it, see what people are talking about. It was actually funny. I was last night when Paul was doing one of his streams, I happened to be on there, and he was talking about like something about D&D, about him being like like a wolf, or not a wolf, but like a bear wizard, of some sort. And I was just like, I asked the question and it brought up furries, and Paul was just like, "You goddamn fucking furries, you motherfuckers!" And I was sitting here, oh no, I have poisoned the chat. I have poisoned the stream because I asked, is it an anthro like werebear kind of thing, or is it just like a feral bear, just like a bear? And he was like, "You fucking furries, a bear, just a bear." I'm like, okay, sometimes it needs some clarification. My bad. and and then he just started going off about the furries. And I was like, you know what? I'm at least gonna try to save face because frankly, there are some motherfuckers that are whack. Okay, like. I'm a furry, but doesn't immediately look like I'm one. Am I always going like, ooh, woo, whatever the fuck? No, I mean, like, goddamn, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's like, like, honestly, there are some motherfuckers where I'm just like, they are like borderline, like, hyper ADHD, like, pure, like, extract of caffeine, like, nuts. Like, I mean, there are just some motherfuckers where I'm just like, one, chill the fuck out, and two, it's just like, I mean, can we at least like be a little like less hyped, like, and less explosively like, I'm here. It's like holy shit, some of you motherfuckers. And some of them are too sensitive, too. I'm just going to be fucking honest. There are some furries out there that are just sensitive fucks. And hence why, as a furry, I with thick, fur myself, no pun intended, whatever. Yeah, now I'm going to do it a little bit. But if, some thick skin, some thick fur myself, I'll tell you what, huskies normally have, like, 2 sets of fur anyway. Got my fluffy, lovely little, fur that I have right here. Manicure on your sauce. Then I got that thick fur. It's like, fuck you, bitch. What, do you want me to youth in hell? Well, don't mind if I do, bitch. Hey, I'll reserve a seat for you later when you come down. So it's like, and I'll even roast other furries, because, some of the motherfuckers just need it occasionally. Bill told you, girl, you look older. A, no, she doesn't, and B, maybe that's not the most maybe that's not the most important thing to say to a child. There has to be at least the top 20. The only way that it could be excused if, like, a grandma or an uncle that hasn't seen the kid in a long time being like, "Wow, you look so much older than your age. Look at you. You're all getting grown up. Before you know it, you're going to be a teenager." Blah, 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 Like, if it's a familiar thing and, it's just whatever, then that's the only time that can be passed. To be like, whatever. Like, at that point, big whoop. But if it's like a random adult to an 8-year-old or, like, some other kid or some shit, that's when it gets to be like, what the fuck? Do you think Bill's a pedophile? Oh, Bill? Oh, like Bill Maher? I don't know. I think there's something fucking weird about him, though. There's something weird about that. I think he's just like, I don't know, I'm actually going to have to think about that for a minute. I feel like I would have to do like a Bill Maher case study and like, because, there's something about him that definitely likes him young, but I'm thinking like, like the Hawk Tuah girl, like 22, 23, and like, like the 20s, right? Like they're adults at that point, so, but younger than that, Huh. I just get tell you that it might be older than they are. I mean, well, I guess maybe not like an 8-year-old, but like, you know, maybe like an 11-year-old, you know, being like, you know, like, hey, you know, they're like, they got taller, like they had a massive growth spurt or something. And, you know, you haven't seen the kid in like a couple years because like, oh, look at you, you're growing up so fast or whatever, you know? Like, you know, that's kind of what I mean, you know? It's like one of those scenarios where it's like, you know, you're giving him a hug, you haven't seen him in a minute, you know, like in, you know, like a year or two, some shit like that. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Because, I mean, their kids could go for some fucking rapid ass growth spurts, you know, around that age. Because I did a couple times. Like, I didn't for like a long time. And then by, you know, around high school, that's when I had my last little burst. And then, like, I had one more, like, when I was like 18, 19, right when I started working. I just went, whoop. So, I mean, you know, I don't know. Like, I would just say that's, you know, kind of like, you know, what I would say it as. But, you know, like I said, to me, that's not really like a big deal. I mean, if it's like, you know, like every month or so, or like if it's like such a repeated thing, then yeah, that's weird. But if it's just like a one-off thing, I don't know, fucking, you know, whatever. And then you ask 10-year-olds if they watch porn, bro. Oh my god, you're right. There is that fucking video of that. I think I know what happened. Either he forgot to take his medicine, or he's way too much of it, or took way too much of it. Knowing him, he probably took too much of it. That motherfucker definitely took a little too much of the sauce and got a little too high. Because that guy's definitely like, you know, like a drug user slash, you know, possible, like even abuser when it comes to those substances. So, yeah, that'd be my guess. Bill starts starts about Trump when he gets back in office. Oh yeah, like comes back, you know, from his little break and shit. Trump just plays that. That would be an extra like fuck you too, because I mean he's known for the same things, you know, as well too, knowing Trump. But at the same time, it's like, what the fuck is Bill Maher gonna say? Like, oh, I don't do that, you do that. Trump be like, you literally have videos of you doing it, talking about it. Fuck you. See, he's weird. Bill's weird. You ask the 10-year-olds about porn. Who does that? Who does that, folks? Now, I tell you, these woke, you know, liberals, I tell you what, folks. This the woke mind virus at hand. The woke mind virus at hand. Very, very sad, folks. Very sad, very sad. Let me just tell you, folks. Not good, not good, and not good. Oh my goodness, dude. What the fuck? Some straight up, like, dude, like, what is it about these boomers that are acting more like high schoolers than, like, most people who, you know, are probably in high school at this point? Are they just kind of like, we're living the good old days, I'd say? Because, I mean, like, what the fuck is it? I mean, seriously. It's just genuinely like a clown show fucking timeline. That's for sure. I felt good. Not related, not Bill related, but Paul and TJ got on a superhero tangent. Paul and TJ had a controversial opinion that Superman sucks. Is it really that controversial? I mean, was it on like a recent Onion Nuggets or something? Because I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's not really that controversial. I mean, it's like he had his moment in the sun and all that stuff, but it's just like, you know, it's coming from a dude over here that is just like done with like superhero shit anyway. So, I mean, I'm not exactly the best gauge of you know, with this, because I'd pretty much be like, yeah, done with the two. Fuck this shit. For some reason, Superman just seems to work better as a character in an anime medium rather than a live action. Well, yeah, because he can actually take more advantage of, like, you know, showing off Superman's powers versus, like, using CGI and a bunch of other bullshit. Recent being, like, 6 months ago, but sure. Well, 6 months ago? Oh, my God. Well, I guess recent enough, considering how long DFF has been a thing. So, I guess there is that. Yeah. Who knew? Someone want to follow that. Who knew? You know, honestly, I was just kind of thinking, if the superhero thing wanted to kind of still go on, there needs to be like some attempt to like make like something that's actually new and original. But I'm just like thinking in my mind, like, what in the fuck would actually be there for that? Because there's just been so much of it all over and everywhere, especially if like things like Marvel and less extent DC. It's like, I think that genre just needs room to breathe, like, ultimately. Most of me like personalities, most life of Superman don't really focus on the man side of him. Maybe Smallville comes close, but I haven't seen Lois and Clark, but I've heard good things. But saying it, man, you know what I think this should do? Well, yeah. We've talked about it before, I know. That's probably the only way they can do it, and maybe that would be the way to, like, you know, pop it off of a bang and let it breathe for a while. You know, it's like, you know, let like the, you know, universe, you know, Marvel and DC clash together and just like be in a mass tournament, and last one standing wins, and then, you know, they can have a couple more movies for a while, but then the genre breathes. It breathes for a minute. Because, you know, the executives of both fucking companies and shit would make bank off of that. Just get all the writers, you know, in a massive, like, warehouse to collaborate and shit. This starting to sound like a sweatshop, but hear me out. Yeah. And just, like, you know, let them all, you know, in different teams collaborate. Like, you know, you got different writers for different characters and shit, especially when it comes to specialization and stuff. And every now and then when the tournaments, you know, are set, they all have to, like, you know, the different teams and writers have to come together to agree on a set match and shit, you know, and like how it goes down. Like, they gotta, you know, get some shit going, you know what I mean? You know, so it's like one of those things where, you know, it could work, but it would have to be like a massive, gigantic investment of money. And I think, honestly, to really maximize opportunity of, like, you know, crazy, intense, cool shit, it should be animated, I think. No live action shit. I don't think it'd work well with it. It would work, but not if you want to go a little extra level with it. And there needs to be a lot of, like, gore, too. Like, by the way, it needs to be, like, Omni-Man, like, just casually just ripping people in half, you know, with just, like, you know, like, there needs to just be, like, insane shit. Tournament arc lasts longer than the Infinity Saga, and the fights have to last the entire movie. Well, not the entire movie, but like fights need to at least have a 10 minutes to 15 minutes of screen time. Like they're like the first like 10 to 20 minutes is establishing what's going down, and then you get to see the fucking like the whole shit, and and then it just goes down the list from there. Like and then every fight has to be at least that, and the movies have to be at least 2.5 hours long, and then there'll be like to be continued after like a certain level of like people that have gone through like the first tier, and then you go through there. Like I mean it's gotta be some shit like that, because I mean there's nothing wrong with making these movies like 2.5 hours long. I mean some of the longer movies you find in theaters can last that long. I mean the longest usually might be like 3 hours, but that's pushing it. Usually it's about like hour and a half to about like 2 hours, but sometimes it gets stretched out to about 2 hours and 30 minutes. You can splice some story shit, sure, but each fight has to be thematically relevant. I mean, honestly, there doesn't even need to be some stories. I mean, you already know these characters. Maybe you should do like some basic introductory arc for characters that aren't really known as well, or maybe don't really have as much of a backstory in comparison to others. But, like Iron Man, for example, everyone knows the fuck he is, whatever. We don't need a backstory for that son of a bitch. Like, we don't need one for him. We all know who he is. Spider-Man, another one. We don't need a backstory with him. We already know who he is. Well, I guess depending on which universe we're using, but you know what? Just for simplicity's sake, Peter Parker. There you go. Boom. Easy shit. Easy peasy. Most of these characters, you don't even need like backstories because we already know. Sabretooth versus Wolverine makes sense because they already have a rivalry. Yeah. Like some stuff like that makes sense. But ultimately, like there doesn't need to be much. Just enough to maybe add a little extra like spice to it, but beyond that, you don't really need one. Just a little bit, maybe, just because, like, you'll have, like, the fucking, commentators, too. Obviously, just gonna, it will be like a sport event, right? So there's gonna be commentators. The commentators will be the one that will be talking about some of this stuff. Like, obviously, you'll hear what's going on in the fight itself, but in between everything, it would also be like, you're watching it for, like, a sports game, TV screen kind of shit. So I think, blending it back and forth like that would actually be pretty cool. That'd be pretty legit. Because then it kind of gives you a sense of like looking at it as like a viewer, but then also as a sense of like you're kind of like in the battle themselves, depending on which character you're rooting for, kind of put yourself in their perspective too. So it kind of gives you a little sense of a little both with that. I think that'd be cool. I remember start to do would make sense because both are geniuses, but one uses abilities to help mankind while the other furthers his own ambitions. Yeah. So there's that too, which works. I mean, there definitely could be different things, that could be, worked into, when it comes to shit like that. So either way, I'd say that, like, those type of things, it could add to spice. That's kind of like the spice I'm talking about, like stuff like that. Because then the commentators would be like, oh shit, like kind of go off about it. Actually, it would be better Iron Man versus Doom or Doctor Doom versus Magneto, or the location is heavy metal center, like a planet of metal, the planet of metal or something. Oh, like every now and then there's like a random possible like third party free for all, like 1v1v1 kind of thing. Bruce Campbell has to be an announcer. One of them, yes. It should be Bruce Campbell. There should be somebody else too. And also there should be like a Bruce Campbell clone just for the fuck of it. Just as like a cameo, so he could be like a wild card in some battles. This is my boomstick! It just starts shooting at all of you, like both of the, or like, both of the fucking, dudes. Like, or maybe depending on how dice are rolled, like depending on how, those dice get rolled, maybe he will help one person or the other. And Bruce Campbell, the announcer, can talk about how, like, he clones, a version of himself with his boomstick, dealing with all deadites and all that shit. And they get back that location cuts from I've seen. I think he would have a chance otherwise. Yeah. is that little buffering? What the fuck? Boo. Boo. When can we be in charge of the MCU? We've been making bank right now. Because you have to be ran by fucking potentially coke-addled executive dumb fucks that don't know what they're doing. Honestly, why can't we just be, controlling Hollywood? Why does it have to just be the MCU? Why not all of Hollywood? Why are you not shooting for the stars when you're only going for the moon? We could be shooting for many stars, from Centauri to Betelgeuse and to Proxima. Damn, stands for Hollywood Ignore, but it's an M. You can't just flip it upside down and say it's Wumbo like you're fucking Patrick there, bud. Mumbo, Wumbo. Dude, Paul will be making massive fucking, fun of me right now for even doing a SpongeBob reference. Dude, he loves to fuck on, people in the chat sometimes about shit like that, and, honestly, I don't even blame him. You look like a Hagrid. You remind me of that one time in SpongeBob. He goes hard sometimes in his chat, and I kind of love it because, frankly, there are some skibbity fucks in that chat. And I so badly wish I was a mod, but honestly, the few times, last night where I mentioned Farizio and it poisoned the well, that's probably why I'm not. I know it used to be once back in the ideology days, but then I got banned. And what's hilarious, I was only a mod there for a short period of time before, ideology got banned. I was like, oh, I just finally got into good graces. I was like, God damn it. I know there's been one or two different times where Phoebe's actually straight up tried to speak out for me, but Paul just is in another complete different topic or something and just doesn't read it or notice it. So I know at least I could get back there again if I wanted to. But if you replace the M with the H, then it will make sense. Well, yes, but the HCU, the Hollywood commercial universe, that's... I don't know. Hepatitis Cinematic Universe. Oh my god, dude. Oof. Yeah. Got a little bug that doesn't want to completely come out and it's annoying me. Or go away. Boo. That was sucks. Ooh. Oh, I kind of wonder what Tyler's doing tomorrow. I just kind of thought about that. Because Los Mamblados is doing a show tomorrow for $10. But at the same time, on the 26th, there's a show that I know Rip City will finally break the meme. Okay, I'm going to definitely have to hit Erica about that. Be like, yo, I got a homeboy I think you're really going to like because we have a little bit of an inside joke, about seeing you guys, at least me, because that motherfucker has not been able to see these guys for year and a half now, actually. And finally, the meme has now cracked. It almost did, I guess technically tomorrow, but, now that there's one out in Vancouver, I know Rip is going to just pick me right up and be like, yo, we're going together. Fuck this. I'm just like, yes, finally. Because, dude, I'm going to make him go full ham in that pit straight up. That's what's going to happen. And, of course, I have to bring my classic signature hat. My little Smombolados hat. My little punk hat. That's slowly but surely adding more and more pins on it. I want to add, maybe something to the back of it. I'm thinking about maybe if I iron on a patch, and, I wonder if I could do that on the hat. Because if so, I do have one I can iron on it. So I'm thinking, I have to see if I can. Because if so, that'd be nice. Then it'll just be a really badass hat. So before the stream, a random question popped into my head, and I was, how do nudist funerals work? Nudist funerals? What? Nudist funerals? You have a funeral service, but it's a nudist family or a nudist community or something. What? Okay, honestly, a follow-up question here to this. How in the fuck did it even come up as a question? What? Wait, what? Alright. If it isn't cremations, the event involves loved ones discussing their memories. Yes, a person who is a nudist who has passed away. Oh, well, then they would just be, I don't know, have a robe, I guess. Just be nude. I don't know. I don't fucking know. My mind goes in weird places. Evidently. But, I don't know. I don't even know how to, ponder this. I just assume that if they pass and, it's a wake, I've been to a wake once, and, it was just it was obviously a coffin, but one end was closed, the lower half was closed, but the top half where you can see the body upwards was open. So I'm assuming that'd be the same thing. It's just they won't have clothes on. But that would be disrespectful to their wishes to put filthy, oppressive clothes. A blanket? Because then they're not clothed, they just have a blanket over them. What, do nudists not sleep with blankets when it's cold? I mean, nudists don't have clothes on them. Doesn't mean that they don't have a blanket over them if they go to bed. So, I mean, you can work around it. It got you thinking about it now, right? I don't want to, but, I mean, I'm trying to, well, there you go. I mean, that's what it probably, man, I'm not a nudist. I'm not, that ain't something I, know about. Man, I wasn't really thinking about cracking out, maybe till later when I made some fucking dank, but now I'm just doing it now, because God fucking damn it, what the fuck? This music's too fucking cheery. Why in the fuck is this it's... These are questions to keep me up at night. You know what? There are some questions that kind of keep me up at night sometimes. It's if aliens are out there and, they're like, higher power and all that shit, that, like, more sentient than us and all this other bullshit, right? How deep are they when it comes to, like, observing us? Because you gotta imagine their technology's fucking insane, right? Like, are they just, like, outside of our solar system, or they're not even in the solar system, but they're right outside of it? Or they're, like, the Kuiper Belt for, like, some drones or some shit? Are they pretending to be, like, a little rock just orbiting our fucking, little thing? Do they have a little space station on the other side of the moon? The dark side of the moon? That's the shit that keeps you on. They live aliens among us. Are they all among us? Is the thing out there? Does a bear shit in the woods? A bit sharpness, force, fear, and nudist has. Yeah, because as much as it's a very unfortunate circumstance, at least you have clothes to kind of hide it a little bit. And let's say the pants are salvageable and they didn't get fucked up. If you find a bathroom, obviously, some undies are going to be sacrificed to the trash. But if, you get enough, toilet paper, you can clean yourself up enough. I mean, obviously, you're going to want to take a massive shower and then wash those pants like twice over. But, at least, it's, you got something, But now it also depends how bad it is, too. I mean, sometimes it ain't that bad. But sometimes it's just like, you're like, oh, no. No shit. Literally, oh, no. Like, sometimes it can be gnarly. I've had some unfortunate experiences occasionally. I'm like, oh, just do a little fart. No. Pretend nothing happened. All right. Gonna take one more bite, over here. I'm gonna sneak away while anyone's not noticing and just mention I went to the bathroom. And then it's like 40 minutes of me in there just assessing the situation, cleaning up, like fucking like, oh, Lord mercy. And then, of course, I had to do the sacrifice because it was, like, beyond salvageable when it came to that situation. I was like, oh, no. Even if I, like, scrubbed that son of a bitch, it's not worth it, you know what I mean? Some things are just worth trying to save. It's not like you can't get another set, Sometimes, some unfortunate circumstances happen. Shard is a part of the unfortunate consequence but sometimes it's not even a shard. It's just, well, usually by that point, I could straight up stop that. If it's like something going down like that, I'd be like, it's like you kind of have to, like, put like the pinchers on the torpedo warhead, you know what I'm saying? But like you can, if you catch it quick enough, you can stop that. And luckily I got the reflexes. Don't ask why, but I do. I'm just like, you're staying. Nope. I'm constricting that. Glutes. Activate. It's like we ain't going nowhere. Kind of have to do a little bit of a, a little waddle walk, but hey, one of them things where you gotta do what you gotta do. And who knows? Luckily, I've learned from many mistakes where I'm just like, when it comes to getting way too many close calls, and shit. And then obviously, couple of unfortunate, misses, but luckily, mostly just close calls where I'm just like, all right, if I just feel rumbling, sometimes it's just not worth the gamble. And more often than not, I play it safe and I'm fine. But, every now and then I'm like, yep, glad I came in here. every now and then, I just like, it just happens where I'm just like, I ain't gambling with this. I'm gambling, man. Sometimes you just gotta, know when to fold them and know when to walk away. Down the shitter to make sure go down right. Also, fuck teachers who are like, why didn't you go before class? Bitch, the bathroom was full during lunch and we have 5 minutes in between classes. Yeah, and also, like, it's not like some sort of it's, like, just timed thing. It's like, yeah, I can, postpone this until about, like, 3:15 or something. Like, no. If I got to go, I got to go. It's like, sometimes I ain't gonna be holding that shit. Fuck you. Nice. Nice. That emo boy. Wow. Sleepy little shit. Yeah, I will admit. Zukov's actually been a really good boy lately about, his, gamble moments. Outside of eating my fucking bacon bits the other day. And the ramen the day before. And he almost did that earlier, too. I was like, I forgot about the last time, and I was like, wait a minute. I left that ramen on the counter. And I heard a knife bloop, fall on the ground. I was like, I was about to leave, to grab, like, a couple other things, to make that ramen a little extra dank. And I was like, oh, hell no. It's like, oh, hell no. Ran back in there. Of course, he was right next to that fucking counter just staring at me. I was like, you son of a bitch. I saw what you were trying to do. And I had to make sure I had to put him back where I had him initially so he doesn't get to them. Because I don't know why. Like, that's not... I mean, it's just ramen, I guess. It's not like the seasonings he's getting into or anything. It's just the ramen itself. But still, it's like... It's not good. It's no bueno. That is bad. Because he ends up drinking like a gallon of water later after that. I've been trying to find a thing to get into. Once I caught up on United CFF and the gauntlets, well, I think it's finally time. Well, hey, if you're into like watching some cool sci-fi shit, I mean, you know how I've mentioned about the 100 series not that long ago and stuff like that? It's on Netflix. Interesting show for you to potentially get into. You might like it. And there's a lot of, different things, about that show I can, tell you about, obviously. And obviously, I mean, I've also talked about it a lot, on that stream too. So, one of those things where I think, knowing you, being into sci-fi stuff, I think you might actually enjoy it. You consider sci-fi, yes. Oh, so you might get into some of that in your chance to watch. This particular show is animated. Oh, the animation show. Well, I mean, kind of, sparked an interest. I'm even kind of interested. I need to get into another show anyway because I haven't, gotten into another one quite yet. Need to get into one. Need to find one to get into. Go in here. Grab a little something real quick, yo. If actually it is outside, it's definitely nice and warm in here. I'm not gonna go head fast hardcore like Peyton. Don't worry. Because I do, you know what must be done. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, hi there, little pup. What's up, doggo? What? What? I see you staring. Ben 10 curious. Oh, Ben 10. Oh boy. Dude, I kind of grew up watching it, you know, when I was growing up as a teen and shit. I mean, I know about it. So I kind of, especially due to the Peyton syndrome, or Shin Sung's whatever the fuck. I mean, I'm like, I'm like, it's a cool concept, but I remember liking it alright as a kid. Yeah, same here. I don't know, I guess I don't know. I mean, I'll let you dictate it for me, I guess, in this case. And maybe so, but I might have a little bit more of a refined taste. What? You know, they should have, like, you know, more of, like, a graphic version of that. Like, you know, where he's, like, a young adult, but it's a little bit more gory and a little bit more, like, you know, kind of vulgar and stuff. That actually might be pretty dope. Me tastes are kind of weird because I don't obsess over something, but the more I think I would focus on when I'm kind of move on to another thing. Yeah, it's going to be kind of the same thing in a lot of ways. It just kind of depends on, like, you know, my little focus. But I'll definitely have to, like, there was actually this one show that, you know, I've been, like, kind of got in the middle of. I think it was called, like, Lost in Space, but, you know, I was asking my friend Brian about it, and I was like, oh, it's just, like, the first episode or something? And he's like, oh, no, this is, like, you know, halfway through it. And I was like, what the fuck? It's like, I thought this was the pilot episode. I thought you were just showing me something new. I was like, what the hell? It's like, damn. But that's at least something I want to check out, you know, potentially. So, as long as it's kind of sci-fi, because I'm definitely on a sci-fi kick. Because I like me some sci-fi. Yeah, I kind of wish was a little bit more explored. Just straight up, like, kind of like historical fiction or, like, you know, like alternate history stuff. I wish stuff like that was explored more. Because I think that would be pretty fucking dope. Boop, boop. Goof boom. Want to sit in a chair? Chair. Chair. Sit, chair. Come here. Come here, buddy. Really? Seriously? God, what a fucking douchebag. What a fucking douchebag. Do want to binge the boys, so when the series concludes. Yeah, same here. I definitely want to do that too. It's on its, like, what, third or fourth season now? I mean, I've seen snippets and bits and pieces of it and, like, fight scenes and shit like that, so, I mean, I kind of have a general gist of it, but definitely want to actually watch it at some point. The fourth season. Cool. Well, hopefully, you know, once it wraps up, you know, whenever it does, and just have an opportunity to binge it. Go on a binge. Also Invincible. I don't think I've heard of that one. Yuzu. Sit in the chair. Come here. Chair. Sukov. Hey. Chair. Hey. Chair. Sit. Come here. Good boy. Chair. Oh, you little pup. Hello. Hello, pup. Oh, you're so soft. You're so cute. You're so soft. Yes, you're so sweet. Oh, you're so cute. You just cute little boy. Hey. Oh my god, you're so goofy. You're just out here straight playing. Yes, you is. Goofball. The one farming man? Oh, a farming man, okay. I get you now. You goofball. I think he wants to try to get down, but he can't. The back of the chair is blocking him. Right here. While we have an opportunity. Okay. He's stuck. Oh no! Ah! Hey! But nope. Oh my goodness, big goof. Look at you. You're so goofy. Come here. Get over here. No. Hey. Oh, look at you. You're so cute. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my goodness, you're great. You're a goof. You're just a goofball. Look at you. You're so goofy. Yep. You can just lay down, you know that, bud. Oh! Aw. Son of a bitch. It's a goofy little thing. I could get another anime, but other than One Piece and Dragon Ball, also Death Note, I just can't hang on to a lot of the other ones out now. Yeah, I mean, I want to get into One Piece, but I'm just like, there's so much of it that I'm just like, is there like an abridged version of that or something? Because I know there is for Dragon Ball, because it's pretty much the same thing. So I'm just like, if there's an abridged version, I could probably, get down with that, but I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, I would have to legit spend a lot of time catching the fuck up on something like that. I'm like, oh god. Oh, Lord of mercy. I mean, My Hero, because it has a good concept, but then get once like at the time I died of hate and I was reincarnated by Nick Nemesis flip flop. Nah, fam, I'm good. Yeah, no shit. I mean, the one anime that I actually kind of somewhat got into that was alright was Beastars, but I mean, unless you're kind of a furry or somewhat alright with stuff like that, I mean, or whatever, then might not really be your forte. But I don't know, I like it. I'm not saying that because I'm a furry, by the way, but I'm also kind of saying that because I am, so whatever. I mean, but it actually really isn't that bad of an anime, to be honest. At least it doesn't have to do anything about, like, some, like, 8,000-year-old necromancer vampire that is in the body of an 8-year-old. Or some shit that's in a middle school or whatever the fuck. At least it ain't some shit like that. Wearing Sailor Moon as a kid. No, I've heard of it, but no, I never got into it. Or even seen it. So. Unless, like, it was, like, Naruto or, what was it called? Fucking, Full Metal Alchemist, I think it was called, or some shit. It was, like, stuff that was on Toonami on, like, Adult Swim and shit like that. It was, like, stuff like that. And I know for sure that, like, Full Metal Alchemist, Naruto, There was like another one, I'm pretty sure, as well, that was on there. It was too girly for me. I really didn't like it because the Dragon Ball Z wasn't on. Yeah. I know Dragon Ball Z was like, it wasn't on Toonami, but that was somewhere else. I've been on Cartoon Network too, but I don't remember, to be honest. Tried to get it from my Alchemist, it just didn't click with me. Well, the only reason why I remember it is just because I remember that was just something that happened to be on Toonami when I was like sneaking past my bedtime to watch cartoons. Because if it wasn't stuff like that, I was watching Robot Chicken, Squidbillies, shit like that. And this is me growing up as a kid. Like, I mean, I would just pretend I was asleep when one of my parents finally decided to go to bed and they just left the TV on. I was just like, you know, I would be hearing what they're doing. And if it was my dad, he wouldn't fuck with me because he usually slept on, you know, the farthest end of the bed and the TV was, you know, like, you know, on the opposite end of, you know, where he would sleep. It was my mom who would wake me up and turn TV off and stuff, and I'd be like, God damn it. And I have to pretend I'm like, oh, my bad. But, you know, usually that's how I, you know, would watch shit like that. And back in the old days of Adult Swim, like, I honestly, you know, holy fucking shit. You know Sam Hyde, right? He got his start on Adult Swim with, like, a show that did not last long at all. Like, it barely lasted a season. I even remember seeing that as a kid growing up. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I remember it was, like, some late-night Sunday shit, you know, and then that would pop up because it was, like, I think, early 2010s or, like, late 2000s when that stuff kind of started, or when he started technically getting his name out there. But with Adult Swim at first. And it was, like, with one other buddy of his. And, you know, they still obviously do shit to this day. And Sam always kind of, you know, uses the thing of, like, well, I'm just a troll, blah, blah, blah. But it's, like, considering how much of, like, a Kekistani fucking, like, kind of far-right freak that he is, you know, when it comes to, like, his trolling, I just think he actually believes that shit. He just uses it as a guise. He's always been like that and been very fucking consistent with it, too. So it was just one of those things, you know, that they just kind of popped in my memory because I actually remember seeing that stuff. Because you can find it on YouTube, like some of like Sam Hyde's early work, you know, Adult Swim. You can find it. It's not like it's hard to find. I'm just kind of surprised I even fucking remembered it out of nowhere. Problem on anime, especially, is their tendency to tell instead of show. Like Dragon Ball Super, they explain shit we just saw. Yeah. I will admit, honestly, just this is a trope in general. Way too much exposition. Like a character is like monologuing at you, like their mind, you know, or their thoughts. Like you're like in their mind, what they're thinking. You know, like I like Beastars, but that's frankly a big fucking thing. It's not like necessarily explaining what you're seeing, but it's mostly like expositional monologuing, which this is a part of that problem, where it's like instead of, you know, commentary or just showing instead of telling, it's basically showing and telling. And, you know, but it's like kind of telling, you know, other aspects to where you can kind of infer just by, you know, watching, but yet there has to be some sort of like a monologue, you know, towards it in some way or another. And whether it's like, you know, what, you know, the character might be thinking or feeling, or just like what's going on in the environment or the specific scene, whatever it is, it's just, you know, monologuing / expositional shit. And it is an anime trope. Like, deadass, like, they're just straight up, we've talked about these before. Like, I remember, actually, you know, we've, you know, on streams in the past, like, we've talked about, like, the anime tropes and shit. And back when we actually were able to react to shit, we would literally like watch like random scenes from random animes and like mention different anime tropes, and then we'll point them out as they kept coming up in different shows. Like, I mean, they're straight up dead ass, like just full on tropes that, you know, every anime in one way, shape, or form, takes advantage of and uses, and sometimes a lot. Not a lot of animes or kid shows in Japan, but A, stop treating kids like they're dumb, and B, if you have to explain it, keep it to the point. Back when we could react to shit, how my heart longs. Oh, how my heart longs, yeah. And honestly, especially when it comes to like weebs and, or people who are anime fans, like in Japan and shit specifically, they kind of, make fun of weebs and Western anime fans because they're like the shit that they, watch, or at least, like anime fans here usually, are the kids shit that's in Japan. Like, I mean, unless you're, find something that's like, technically like, TVMA / like, maybe like, 17 and up, rating for TV or something, like TV 17 or whatever the fuck. Like, and even then, that's probably meant for like teenagers in Japan. Like, it'd have to be literally like TVMA, for it to basically be considered adult, for Japan in comparison to here. Like, which is also weird considering how hyper moralistic Japan is about a lot of shit, especially when it comes to sex and sexual shit in general. So, very interesting how we're a little bit more moralistic about that when it comes to entertainment.
I always like the cartoons that had a bunch of goofy stuff that kids like, and then subtle adult humor that the kids won't even get.
Well, that's like all family kind of shows. Like, I mean, early seasons of SpongeBob are basically like that if you think about it. And also there's like a lot of different shows in general that tend to do that. Like the 70s shows is another good example of stuff like that. Like, like I grew up watching as a kid, but liking it. But as an adult, especially being a stoner, now a lot of adult jokes start making sense. So I'm like, oh my God. And it's just like, and now it's even more funnier to me, for example, right? So there's a lot of shows that, not even just cartoons, but even like sitcoms and shit where it's like fun for the whole family because even adults might get other jokes where kids won't get it, but later down the line, they're going to.
Yeah, what's in the bad? Everything was either over the top kid or over the top adult.
Nothing in between?
Nothing in between.
That's kind of how it is now, and it sucks. And also, like, barely any creativity. Like, I mean, oh my God, I don't even want to start getting into this, but holy shit, now it's happening. Well, no, I mean, because honestly, it's like, what happened to proper good fucking entertainment where there's like some edginess, some like thought-provoking shit, even for like, dude, there's a lot of cartoons and shit and like stuff that can be existential for kids and shit.
The well-done ones were
like, Courage the Cowardly Dog, right?
Adult humor that the kids, it's just like. Right,
well, look at Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Even though that's supposed to be funny, except for the fact that mom and dad are laughing their ass off.
Well, I mean, think about like.
Good job at that now.
Well, think about like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like, I think it's the final episode where it has that weird little blob demon thing. It's like, you're not perfect. Like, that's some existential like dread shit, especially for a kid to kind of think about. But at the same time, being like, well, yeah, you're not perfect, but yeah, it's like, look at me being this weird, amorphous, disturbed fucking thing. Especially with Courage, too, being the little guy that he is. It's like, that's kind of some existential thing for a kid to kind of think about a little bit.
I like Courage.
Well, yeah, I mean, so did I. And also Ed, Edd n Eddy, if you think about it. Well, think about Ed, Edd n Eddy, too. Like, I mean, because it's like, I mean, every character represented a different element of just, like, stereotypical, at least especially late 90s, early 2000s life of a kid. But also, like, with Eddie, like, especially that movie in the final episode, they kind of broke a couple of fourth walls, too, in that, which was fucking awesome. But, like, in that episode, the entire series, the entire show, Eddie's always talking up his brother, being how cool he is, and this and that and everything. But then the real true reveal of who he is in the movie, the final, like, the finale, of the show, and with the movie.
I never saw the movie.
Really? What the fuck? Really? Shit. Well, that's when the brother gets revealed because it's like a whole adventure of Eddie trying to go, meet his, show the other Ed boys to go meet his brother, but which is at the landfill too, by the way, in an abandoned old fucking RV or trailer home or something, and he is literally like a deadbeat, dude who literally just abuses the fuck out of him essentially. And it's like which a lot of that, especially, it's like a commentary of insecurity of trying to say like, hey, like, I'm like cooler than you think, but I'm because I'm trying to look up to this guy, but really he's actually a piece of shit kind of thing. But at the same time, it's like an insecurity of like trying to be like, trying to show, something more than he can really prove. And because that's what Eddie has been doing the entire fucking series, if you think about it, like trying to like, do the next scam and stuff like that, which Eddie's the one had the yellow shirt. Double D/Ed is the beanie, and then you have Ed or Ed Boy, who's the butter toast guy. So I mean, like I know the show a lot because I reminisced a lot the fuck out of it. But like the rest of the gang of the cul-de-sac literally what happened to be there when he saw like Eddie get fucked up by his brother, and all of them were like, you know what? We're whooping his ass. Like, the whole gang of kids ganged up on this, like, 18, 19-year-old fucking washout stoner fuck and just, like, whooped his ass and shit. I was like, damn. I was like, oh, dude, the whole gang got up in it. And I was like, holy shit.
God damn. What the fuck this thing is? It's really stuck to the noise the fuck out.
It is a piece of wood. That looks like a cord of something.
Half cord.
A half a cord.
Half cord somewhere else. I was stepping on it.
What the fuck? Like, especially when it's a big, fast-paced battle, and you can't have a conversation that would realistically take place in like 5 minutes in the middle of that because it's super clunky. You know what I think really ultimately started that? Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like, ha! You have activated my trap card! So thus, here, and it starts explaining the card in like in a 10-minute interval before the game actually gets played. And all that shit. Like, I'm pretty sure Yu-Gi-Oh! Is what really started that.
Yeah, when I was a kid, cartoons were great, and then they released and then...
Well, cartoons, funny enough, were not meant for kids back in the day. Like, the first early cartoons were all meant for adults.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, honestly, if you look at a lot of early archived, like, artwork from the artists of, like, Disney and shit, well, yeah, but also if, like, Mickey and Minnie, like, there's actually, funny enough, a lot of early, like, Mickey, Minnie Mouse, like a lot of these artists, when drawing, these characters would also draw them fucking and stuff like that just because they were bored. In the middle of actually doing their work, they'd be like, well, I'm ahead of schedule. I might as well draw this. So what would it look like?
World War II era Mighty Mouse cartoon and all these, hula dancers with grass skirts.
I mean, there's a lot of different old class. I remember there was this one cartoon of like, yeah.
Hula dress, it's like their ass. Whoa, hold on a second. Then I look back at all the cartoons I used to watch, and just like, that's when cartoons used to really suck because it made it for kids. They started out for adults, then it was for kids and adults when the TV came out.
Gotta think like kids. Things like the MPAA, where moralistic parents freaked out because, oh no, our children saw a cartoon butt at one point. They might have heard the word bitch at one point, or ass. This is sexually subjective, and God forbid it be Luciferian. My mom thought Harry Potter was witchcraft, so that's why I never got into it as a kid.
What?
Harry Potter. You know Harry Potter, right?
Yeah.
My mom literally would not let me read the books or even watch the fucking movies because she thought it was witchcraft and potentially satanic and teaching kids about that. Oh, which funny enough, like J.K. Rowling's the fucking the creator, the author or the author of Harry Potter. Like she sucks now, especially more than ever. But back in the day,
I'm a damn witch, so fuck.
Well,
a warlock or whatever.
Well, hypocrisy at its finest, I suppose. That and also, like, I mean, in a way, I'm kind of glad I didn't really totally get into it because, I mean, J.K. Rowling sucks.
I'm not real.
I'm also really happy that, like, one of my favorite content creators on YouTube who literally...
Because it was just like...
I'm telling him about this. I'm telling him this. Hold on.
Like kid stuff, I'm not into it. So
Well,
I never really watched it or read the book.
Well, you want what's honestly hilarious is that one of my favorite content creators on YouTube way back in the day had this thing called Banana Gate, where let's just say he had a little got a little fruity with a banana. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, see, and so at one point, like he literally tweeted out something to just troll conservatives and woke skull moralist kind of types by literally saying I think it was what was it boy pussies, girl dicks, something like that, some shit like that, like something like that. And he just literally just copy pasted it over and over again. But J.K. Rowling got a wind of it, and everybody started and it was like, this is just kind of freaked out about it. And then a bunch of people were like, do you know that TJ Kirk is actually the guy who like shoved a banana up his butt and stuff? And then she literally posted on her fucking Twitter account, I've heard about TJ and this banana. I do not want to hear more about the banana. And like, it was just like, holy fucking shit. We're in a timeline where she probably literally saw either the video or a picture of that incident. Oh, pregnant men, girl dicks. Those pregnant men, girl dicks. Thank you, Rosie. But yeah, like, dude, we're in a timeline where J.K. Rowling unironically probably saw a frame. It probably even saw the oil wax stuff too, and the chocolate as well. There's a few things outside of just Banana Gate, by the way. Like, she probably saw some variation of that, dude. And the timeline where we're in, where she got to witness that, is a juicy, delicious timeline indeed. I love it. These are the topics that we have, and then you wonder why I think about nudist funerals. Shut up! Fuck you! Fuck you! You bastard! Yeah, well, hey, like I said, these are the questions that keep us up at night, right? There you go. At least for me in that one, it's mostly just out of like, that gives me good bliss. Dude, how many other right-wing fucks that know about TJ? Because doesn't Matt Walsh know about TJ too? I think Ben does too, to an extent. Like, a few of them do, so they have to know about it as well. Can't just be JK. I'm curious now, honestly. I'm wondering. I think Ben knows about TJ. Does Steven Crowder? I don't think so. Well, I don't know. I mean, because I also have to think about, like, 2015, 16, that era. Because there was, like, a little, like... Well, I know Milo for sure. What the fuck has that motherfucker been up to lately? The anniversary of the DP Milo episode wasn't that long ago, and... Frankly, it's just like... I wonder, in a weird way. I wonder what he's been doing. How's that son of a bitch been doing lately? Is he still with the Catholic cult, trying to sell fucking Jesus statues and shit like that? Because, I mean, like, if so, then, he's still getting some dick. That's for sure. That's great. Little charger-rona. Charger-rona. There we go. Also, has DFF ever done a nudist episode? I feel like they have. Not that I'm aware of. Actually, yeah, they haven't. I mean, they've done different, like, kinks and stuff like that, but speaking of dick, guess what? Got my Instagram. Yep. Oh, did someone send you a dick pic? Did someone send you a dick pic? Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Nudist isn't really a kink. More of a lifestyle. Yeah. Well, yeah, obviously more of a lifestyle choice and stuff, but I mean, I guess all like what I'm saying is like, I mean, they've explored different, niches, about like human society, kink, lifestyles and stuff included, but yeah, I don't think they actually have. Maybe, there should be, maybe someone should, ask him about that. Maybe there could be a little DFF episode on that one. For the Patreones. I still so badly want one of those fucking Senor Tomat pillows. I so badly want one of those. If I genuinely had some, like, fuck yous money right now, even if it's like, 200, I would kind of be like, you know what? I just, it's like, I got my mom almost had one. What are you boofing about? Can you shut the fuck up? Fuck you. Little prick. Don't be a little prick. There we go. Chair. Come here. Sit. Up. Chair. Zook off. Chair. Doing that. Nine. Hey. I. Zook off. Chair. You emo, obstinate, irascible fuck. That son of a bitch. That son of a bitch. Whatever shall I do if that motherfucker? Aye. Double-edged sword. People think my name means I'm a chick. I know there has been a few people, I think even on the streams before that thought that. I think, funny enough, like, way back when we first, like, kind of started interacting and shit, like, I think I did too, but I didn't bring it up, at least back then, because I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Because eventually others, kind of, gave me inference of that, and I was like, oh. I'm just going to correct myself internally and just pretend that I didn't. that just never happened in my mind. But yeah, hey, I mean, sometimes depending on like how names are, like if it's like kind of neutral like that, then hey, for some people maybe they aren't as aware when it comes to that type of shit. At least for me, for a moment, there was a moment, in a point of time where it wasn't necessarily the case, where I was like, oh. Well, now I feel dumb. Why is this quiet? Okay, there it is. Not even trans people still assume my gender. Well, hey, it happens, Sometimes, shit happens. Like, I can always at least excuse it if it happens once, you know what I mean? Like, hey, shit happens. Because, you wouldn't think, but, like, think about it. Like, if I have my shit all the way back, and and if I'm just like working at like back when I was working in Delhi, right? I have my shit back like this with my long hair, and it's just from the behind. Like some people will think I just have a woman with like my hair up in a bun, with a hat on. Because I've had some people be like, "Oh, excuse me, miss," and I would turn around and they'll see this, and they'll be like, "Oh, my bad. Excuse me, sir." And I'll just be like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I don't care." I literally would just say that because I'd be like, "Whatever." To me, it's not a big deal. Like I said, it's the shit happens principle. Anyone ever try to hit on you? Yeah, actually, there has been a couple times, and sometimes I'm like, all right, and sometimes I'm like, yeah. Dude, I had like an old guy once, like be like, you're kind of a cute young gentleman, I'll tell you what, it's like, I bet, like when it comes to like, one of the, clubs around here, like Silverado or something, I bet you do really fine out there. And I was like, I don't need to know that. Thank you. Fuck you very much. It's like, what? And that was like years ago. And honestly, I'm kind of shocked I even remembered it now, because like there's been a few times. There's also been some chicks that have also been like, "Oh, well, you're just a handsome, sweet young little fella," kind of thing. And also, it's always older people too, by the way. I mean, I don't even know like what the fuck it's about, but yeah. And so you should be a stripper. That is weird. Yeah, it makes more sense if one of my friends, like like Brian or Logan or anyone else, to say that. Honestly, I can at least get that, even though it's like ball busting and shit. I can at least understand that, or maybe they're even being serious. Sometimes I don't even know. But when it comes to that, it's like, whoa! It's like no! You're making me not want to do that. Which is kind of the thing about like something like OnlyFans shit. I know I could probably make some bank doing some shit like that, but it's like, I don't want to know the clients. They can, enjoy whatever, but I am not talking to fucking nobody. Like, they can send a request and that's it. Like, beyond that, there is no fucking communication. Like, I am not talking to people. Because I've heard too many fucking horror stories. That's what keeps me away from shit like that, to be fucking frank. Maybe for good reason, but maybe not. I don't know. That depends on how desperate I am for moolah. I suppose. I don't fucking know. But, I mean, it's one of the things where it's like, I've heard too many horror stories sometimes where there's some wild, wacky shit that happens occasionally. I'm just like, nope. I am not trying to have that happen, or having that weird shit, or some weird parasocial relationship happen with somebody, like, because they think I sent them a reply once because, like, hey, thanks, cutie, about, the fucking, comment or some shit. I don't fucking know. Like, nah, I ain't trying to fucks with that. Because parasocial relationships are a hell of a drug. A hell of a drug. I'll throw this up, why not? Doing everything I'm seeing on Nugget's playbacks is Matt Walsh doing that shit where he's sunk in Democratic shit, promoting his technically a film. I remember when I saw that in the movie theaters. I didn't actually watch it, but I saw it as one of the things that, as one of the movie listings. And people always know it's him because he has the worst disguise ever, I know! For real. Holy shit, for real, dude. Ugh. Honestly, my mind's kind of on this parasocial thing a little bit, because, dude, Rose, you will get a kick out of this, especially. There's a Dude, like, there's this video that got recommended to me out of nowhere from, like, an obscure fucking nobody. I think it's, like, Amethyst Soil or some shit. I don't even fucking know. Something like that. But it's, you know, but it was, like, a video, I think, called, like, you know, this isn't, like, you know, Paul or something like that. And this guy, I fucking shit you not, half of this video is literally stalking Paul's wife on Reddit and shit. And trying to, like, you know, say this is a Paul alt account. And, you know, trying to, like, you know, see if, like, you know, Paul is just trying to, like, you know, just add to this weird Marshall Manson drama bullshit. It is fucking insane, bro. It's like unironic parasocial obsessive disorder shit and like borderline schizo fucking paranoia shit that just like makes my head spin. What? Dude, honestly, I'm gonna have to show you the video. I'll share it to you, you know, later, because dude, it's absurd. I've been tempted to comment on it, but I'm just like, I don't want to, because I don't want to, you know, get the wrath of this fucking wacko schizo. Or give him ammunition. Or be clipped. I had this whole Matt Walsh bit, but what the fuck is this now? It's this dude that, like, I guess it's, like, on the DFF hate train, basically, where he's trying to prove that Amelia, Paul's wife, is a Paul alt. You know, like, trying to, like, deflect or, like, you know, trying to, like, you know, narrow down, like, where they live and try to dox them / like, you know, see if Paul is, like, using that account as an alt, you know, against, like, Marshall Manson or whatever. Just trying to add to some weird ass fucking drama and shit. It's just really fucking bizarre. Both seen her on streams. Yeah. And she obviously has social media presence. And this guy apparently found her Reddit account and started, you know, like, stalking around, you know, like, and shit. She visits chats while he's streaming. Yeah. And on Onion Nuggets, too. Like, she's... I know, dude, these people... Dude, I'm telling you. It's, like, paranoia, parasocial, obsessive disorder, schizophrenic shit or something. It's, like, a combination of random shit. And the guy in the video apparently had, like, some other guy he was talking to on Discord. I don't even know who it was, just some other person. And I was just like, it's like a 40-minute video too, funny enough. Like, I was just skimming around. I didn't even bother watching all of it. I just skimmed. I was like, huh, all right, they're talking about this random shit, okay? All right, they, you know, went to this thing. And I just started looking around. I was like, they're just stalking their, like, Paul's wife. I just kind of realized, like, they're literally recording themselves stalking her on her social media account, at least on Reddit. It's like, it's generally fucking whack, bro. I mean, I didn't really see anything about, like, you know, doxing necessarily, but certainly fucking, like, stalking behavior. And can be seen as, like, a form of harassment. It's just kind of like, what the fuck? Yeah, fuck. You know, I'm kind of tempted to maybe try to, like, you know, share it to you really quick. If you want to just, like, stick for a sec, just because, like, maybe you could skim a little bit of it, because it's weird and creepy. Really fucking creepy. Look, I got my interest in, you know, in, like, you know, and, like, you know, whatever the fuck with the guys and shit when it comes to DFF and passive instructions, but am I gonna, like, you know, want to try to look at every tiny little fucking thing, you know, that they're doing? Like, no. Because at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. You know, like, I just find their, you know, like, you know, their positions and their views and their content interesting, you know, introspective, interactive, and fun to listen to. Like, there's a difference of having a healthy, like, you know, like, your parasocial relationship in that way versus, like, being obsessive to the point where it's, like, it's always in the back of your mind. And especially when you're, like, a hater, so to speak. It's like, man, dude, the people who are technically haters, tend to have like a lot more of an obsession with people like this, more so than the fans. Because half the time, I don't even really think about them that much, unless like I think about something that, is like in tandem to what I'm talking about or something. Usually with Paul, because he always likes to get a bad rap, because a lot of what he says, I tend to say too as well. So he's, consider how much of a punching bag, that he is, it's like, I can get it. Doing the Matt Walsh bit, well, go for it. I mean, I'm almost stopping you, my friend. I'm just saying, it's like, I'll have to share this to you a little bit later so you actually have some context about what I'm talking about. Because, dude, it's just fucking genuinely absurd, dude. It's fucking whack. You know what I would have done if I was one of these Sims? I would act like I don't recognize Matt while talking, chipped in directly to this. So, what's your name? John Walsh. Nice to meet you, John. Anyway, who is this? Who's a piece of shit? Matt Walsh. Like, what a fucking weird-ass loser assessing over what people do with their own bodies. I bet his wife gets railed by some black guy every night. And I would be looking right at Matt as I say this. So, dude, 100%. Just like, pretend you don't know it's him, but you just know it is. And you just, like, look directly, like right into their soul. And, because he would start sweating bullets, too. Because he would want to pop right the fuck off. And frankly, he might even blow his cover. It'd be good content for his movie, but you know what? It'll be I would welcome it. As FDR said once, I welcome their hatred. A single tear rolls down his eyes. I know, just a singular one. Like, wait, you're Matt Walsh? No! Oh, I didn't think you would actually be here. Oh, shit, you know what? Well, you're just a dumb bitch. Now I'm gonna roast you like chestnuts on open fire, motherfucker. All right, get right in there. Get in the fire pit. I'm ready to roast the motherfucker. I'm about ready to roast me a good old nice marshmallow. Oh, shit. Oh, dude. Oh, it would even be better. You got such a good disguise, but then you blew your cover. But now I'm about to roast you like the marshmallow you are, you little snowball motherfucker. Oh, dude, yes. Okay, next time, I swear, if he does a movie doing a documentary of Portland, I'm doing some shit like that. Like, oh. I'm gonna have to find a way to, like, see. I'm gonna have to just, like, start watching some Matt Walsh a little bit and maybe, like, what if I made, like, some random ass, like, sock email account and then ask, like, hello, like, I'm curious about if you're gonna do, like, a documentary potentially about Portland and blah, 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 whatever the fuck. And maybe see. This requires some psyop shit. Not even gonna lie. This is like we're starting to psyop. So, like, I would have to do that for sure. I'm not even gonna say what it is, just so I can keep it ambiguous. Because obviously, I'm pretty sure a lot of other people have tried this before, but I don't know. I think I could probably get away with it. See a movie, obviously, but it doesn't even refute anything from the people who speak to. You just present it like what they're saying is crazy and so on. Of course, yeah. I mean, they're just, taking a lot of different clips out of context and just basically, it's like streamer, chats like to say, clipped. They'll take like some hot take, someone says in the midst of a shitload of things that they already been saying, but hey, who cares what that is? Like, they had the hot take out of all of it or the hot clip and then it gets clipped. That's, yeah. But You know, even with that in mind, I don't give a shit. That would be fucking dope. That'd be awesome. I'll be okay with that. Whatever. Hey, gotta capitalize one way or another, right? Gotta make your buck somehow. Gotta hustle, scuffle, try to make a living one way or another. Where'd you get Matt transvestigated, dude? Look at his jawline. It just doesn't look square enough. And have you seen him with shirt off? That's a woman's body if I've ever seen one. Just had breast reduction surgery. There's a lot of breast reduction surgery going on there. Obviously, she has something to hide. Yeah, you gotta play them by their own game sometimes. I mean, you gotta do that occasionally. Especially in times like that. What about his wife's kids? Do you really think she's letting him fuck her? It's called infertile fertilization. Obviously, there is another man that has been playing a role. Another man has been playing a role to inseminate that woman. Miss Walsh, Bettina Walsh, is not the father that she claims to say. Don't let her propaganda see through your mind. Don't let Daily Wire try to besmirch you from the truth. Don't let it try to fucking get you away from that. We know what the truth is. Bettina Walsh is not Matt Walsh. We know this. Dude, we need to get that trending. We need to have that happen. Not even gonna lie. You know, like, because if they want to, like, you know, misgender and be fucking, like, transphobic pieces of scum, then, like I said, like, you know, let's just play it by their own game. I mean, honestly, it's a little too easy when it comes to Ben Shapiro because there's already the joke between him / like Abby Shapiro, or like Abby Shapiro's just Ben Shapiro, you know, in drag. Like, so that's already kind of there, and you know now at this point. But with Matt Walsh, Rave Dubin, you know, all these motherfuckers. I mean, we got some fuel here for the fire. Plus, there's many more of these pieces of shit. Like Vance, or, you know, like goddamn Musk. Oh, dude, oh my god, you know Musk would fucking be so triggered. He would be just like, I've already lost my son to the work my virus. But now the work my virus is trying to consume me. The work my virus has no bounds. It's trying to consume me. It's trying to think that I'm on. And I'm out of the The work my virus. I lost my son. Oh my god, you know that little fucking freak would just be triggered. And I'll be here for it. Matt, I'm a man. Here's my birth certificate to prove it. Fake. Yeah, fake. Doctored. You know what? That's also playing another thing of their fucking game because of the birtherist movement, which, funny enough, Hillary Clinton actually fucking started when it came to Obama. He was born in Hawaii, but they all thought he was born in Kenya. Like, Hillary started it, and the Republicans, you know, literally just went with it ever since. So, like, I mean, you know, that's a twofer right there. That's like, you know, the 7-10 split in bowling's right there. It's like, bing, bing, bing. You know, just fucking, you know, got that shit knocked out, you know? It's like, that's a twofer, let alone just like, you know, the transvestigative shit. I mean, you know, it's like, that's birtherism too, on top of that. I like it. That's even more like, I like it. That's what I mean. Also, I didn't know Hillary started that. Yeah, during the primaries back in like 07 to 08, like Hillary literally was the one who propagated the birtherist movement. Trump back in the day also helped propagate it, and then Republicans kind of took advantage of that too during after he was nominated, because they needed something to try to like, you know, clap him on, and Republicans took advantage of that. I remember it being a big talking point during like the Mitt Romney Obama, you know, campaign and shit back in 2012. Like there was a whole, like my mom believed in that shit, and you know, because she was a Republican. I mean, so eventually, obviously, at some point in between that, you know, they took wind of that and caught on and stuck with it. But Hillary was the one who started it back during the primary season, back in 08, or like the 07-08 period. So, but yep, she did, because she's a racist fucking cunt. And a fucking reptilian, evil, demonic vessel bitch queen of all that is unholy of this earth. So, I mean, you know, what do you expect? My damn nose, I hate it. It's like cold but warm just enough to where like all this is just like, you know, wanting to just be fuckity today. So annoying. So annoying. Including this little bitch. I've literally seen him just like sleep and hang out on his chair, but he doesn't want to be on it. He's so fucking picky. Bam. Go to the bathroom quick. Now I shall return. I shall unleash the lizard of Hillary. And then release her liquid acidic spawn to the world. La, 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 la. And also turn the music up a little bit, because why not? Dog. Hello, little big man. How you doing, little big bang? What are you doing over there? Oh, he's drinking. Oh. Did you sit in the chair already? Come here. Chair. 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 Oh, he's so cute. Oh. Oh, it's just a little bang. Oh, it's just a little bang. Sit. Sit down. Good boy. Oh, look at you. You're so cute. Oh, this is a good boy. Oh, you're so little bean. Really? He does not know the concept of staying, does he? Jackass. This is gonna be so fucking when that bitch finally shuts her mortal body. It goes back to the 12th dimension where she belongs to see all these people talk about. She was so great. She was perfect. We were looking at the Jetsons right here. She would have been president. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. She was a soulless monster who probably kept a chest full of infant skulls in her bed. Oh my god, dude. No, 100%, dude. We came, we saw, he died. It's like, oh! It's like, you evil demon bitch. You swine of another dimension. It's like, goddamn. Took off, you little shit. Yeah, you. Get back on your chair. Yeah, chair. Hey, what? Chair. Buddy. Oi. You asshole. Zukov. Friend. Oi. Los. Chair. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, you soul. Sit. 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 Oh. Good boy. Stay. 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 I'm pretty sure I can stick up. Hey! What did I say? Sit back down. Sit. 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 Ah. I see what you're trying to do. Hey. Boop. Oh, yeah. Ugh. I could stick a pinky in his nose. His nose is big enough to where I could do that. Just... You little bastard. And you just let me do it too, by the way, you little disturbed freak. G77, and if Kissinger is any indicator, that means we're stuck with her for at least 2 more decades. Let's just hope that Mario's best friend / brother / comrade in arms has something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Obviously having nothing implied by what I'm saying. Tot. A little bit. Don't fall. What are you doing? Oi. I see what you're trying to do, but no. Lay down. Just what are you trying to do? You are insane. Buddy. Sukov, you piece of shit. Ah! Man, he decided to go fucking full, like, assault. He didn't even know what he was trying to do. Bruh. You irascible too. You, man, Oh, you don't want to hear me bitch about you. Is that it? He immediately closed that door on himself. He knew exactly what the fuck he did. He always does this, I swear to God. If you like that to happen, Bill would look at, like, whoever did it would be like, thank you before the Lord of God himself. I need the release of the Luciferian, grip that was part of me. All right. I can now finally be released from my mortal coil. All right. My whiskey, that was better. No, yeah, that was. Just reminisces about the Monica Lewinsky, blowjob nut, as he passes away. He literally will be released of his mortal coil. Yeah, he literally just, like, he'll pass away, and then, like, a mixture between, like, the Infinity War dust and, like, Yoda. He dies, and then it's, like, the Infinity War dust just, like, just blows him away off into the fucking distance. Dude, poor Bill. Someone release him from this mortal coil already. Like, that poor bastard. Do it out of mercy or some shit. Like, that poor son of a bitch, man. That poor bastard. I feel so bad for him. So I know this is probably petty on my part, but how much money do you think would you put on Hillary that was great? It was cheating on Bill before the Monica event, and it just never came to light. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like she definitely did after the fact, but before then, I don't know. I guess we'd have to see what her political ambitions were previously, during all that. Because obviously she was first lady for a time, so. Put the odds at 30%. Yeah, it's like 25, 30%. That's kind of where I would put it at, too. Yeah. Somewhere around there. I don't think it's a strong odd, but there, when it comes to the roulette table, I'll put some, chips down on that, little section there and be like, there's probably a little possibility, opportunity, to make a little something out of that. Because maybe, who knows? Maybe possibly because it wasn't even just that, but also Jeffrey Epstein too. Like, that motherfucker. He was part of Black, but like we know he was like. I just increased it to about 60% to 70%. I think honestly she was. Dude, because even before the Monica thing happened, that was just him being a little too loose cannon on his own part. But dude, that shit was going on even before then, dude. I think they had some agreements where they were like a semi-polycool, like open relationship thing, like they were swingers. I think there's a 70% chance that's what's going on now. I just bumped it up. I mean, think about it, dude. I bet. I'm willing to bet. Especially after the Monica situation, I bet they stopped fucking sense. But before then, there was like a mutual tacit agreement about certain things. Because they probably both have the Epstein connection. So Hillary could get her own little personal, party favor, and Bill can have his, right? But Monica, that was between him and Bill a little bit. Monica wanted to take a little bit of that, like, slick Willie kind of sexy, little suave, kind of thing. She wanted the experience on her own. It wasn't a part of that binding agreement that they both agreed to. So that's where she was like, fuck you, Bill. You no longer get my reptilian pussy. You know, so I don't know, man. I feel like, you know, that was ultimately a breaking point regardless, but I mean, I think, you know, maybe not cheating, but there was definitely some open relationship going on. Like, in consent to be cheating. Well, me neither, but, you know, well, considering that, then honestly, probably not that much, because I feel like there was some tacit agreement about, like, them being swingers / semi-polycule about that. So I think, you know, after the Monica thing, I think that's when she decided to say, fuck you, you know, and decided to maybe do her own thing. And who knows how many souls she's, like, absorbed by literally destroying and taking the essence of all these men that she's probably cheated on with Bill. Oh, God. There's probably been many who have never lived to tell the tale. It's like a praying mantis. Like, once you mate, like, you're about to be, you know, the meal of the queen. You know what I mean? Like, she's going to literally take your head off first so you aren't able to run away, and then just feast upon the flesh. Like, you know, it's one of those things where, dude, like, she's a praying mantis / like, you know, spider where, like, you know, the male gets eaten after mating. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those kind of situations. Unless they're into 4, I mean, that sounds like a fucking nightmare. Yeah. That's what I'm going on. Ooh. Jesus. There's a lot going on here. Goddamn. I don't have to grind anything. Okay. I'll just put you all back in there. Which is still a nice fat jewels in around about. Here opens their animals ready to consume Bill. Hillary, please. What about Chelsea? Very well. You shall be spared to rear the offspring, but you shall suffer every waking moment of it. Just does it like, you know, like a fucking, like, you know, basically the equivalent of like a Sea Kyle to her, like, you know, ultimate, like, you know, intergalactic Empress Hive Mind Queen. Telepathically giving her, like, you know, the equivalent of, like, you know, the Sea Kyle in her alien race, you know, to her, you know, God Emperor Queen or some shit, like some Warhammer 40k shit or whatever. Just, I like how even if it's a joke, like, everyone is just like equally just agreed that, you know, Hillary is just like some reptilian alien demon god, you know, from, like, you know, like from some distant galaxy or some shit, or like some distant fucking solar system across our own galaxy or whatever. I love it. I just love that shit. But ultimately, is it really a joke? Is it though? Because the people that are truly aligned, no, obviously ain't. She's one of them They Live / the Thing aliens. It's like the Thing and They Live, you know, aliens, you know, morphed and fucked each other and made, like, the disturbing entity that is Hillary Clinton. And they both of them fucked off from our planet and left her to just like like leave us to our own demise. I mean, that's the true essence of Hillary right there. Like just straight up. You know what? I'm actually even going to save this as a highlight and publicize this and make it public and be like the true essence of Hillary. Breaking the true essence of Hillary discovered. Or some shit. I'm just going to make it like, some Alex Jonesian InfoWars style fucking title. I should try to find like, some silly ass like, thumbnail of like either Hillary or like Alex Jones or something. I should do some shit like that. Just to really emphasize the point because, truly that's what really Hillary is, right? Obviously. But no matter what Chelsea accomplished, it was never good enough for her. Oh, of course. And having Hillary as mom would be one of the worst things ever. At least with Bill, he was the party president, so you could buy him something as fun as man. But her, she was like, oh, well, yeah. 100%. 100%. Because, like, she's just unpleasable unless you bring her fresh blood sacrifices. Like, you have to literally, do, like, a blood sacrifice like you're a fucking Mayan or something. Like, sacrificing children's hearts and, harvesting the skulls of infants, to have in a chest for her, like, infant skull chests under her bed like you were talking about earlier. I mean, it's like, goddamn, bro. Mom, look, all I gotta say is on my report card. Why aren't the all A pluses? Then Chelsea just sighs and then walks away dejected. And then she starts, like, looking at the fucking, whippets, that her friends gave her, as, like, a little after-school party favor, when they're gonna go hang out at, like, Clarence's, a little, like, after party and shit while she's waiting for one of her friends so she get a little pregame going. And then after that, she's going to have, like, a couple, like, jelly shots that have a little bit of fucking, Molly in it or some shit. And then she gets hella fucked up and stuff. And, has to get bailed out by the police by Slick Willie himself. I'm starting to honestly make Chelsea Clinton sound like a tragedy. Like, what the fuck? I'm making her sound like a really sad tragedy of a story, dude. What the fuck, man? DFF Chelsea, even though she's not. Oh, yeah. Dude, I know a Chelsea myself, too. I know a few Chelseas. One of them I haven't seen or heard of in a long time, and honestly, I low-key kind of had a crush on her in high school. She was a little thicky, like, honestly. Frankly, at least at the time, a little too emotionally unstable, but I mean, at this point, I don't know. She probably has matured a lot, since then. I mean, I don't fucking know. Just one of those things where, you kind of wonder sometimes. That's because she's low-key probably was. Oh, dude, yeah, you're right. Honestly, why is, like, every Chelsea I know, outside of, obviously, the DFF Chelsea, like, outside of her, why is, like, every Chelsea that I can think of and know about seemed like a tragedy? Like, because the ones I know directly, who I was friends with and shit, yeah, kind of. I bet I could probably find her in the yearbook and shit and probably look her up and stuff and be like, hey, a long time no see. Because that would be a little interesting. Ooh. Ooh. That was tough. Ugh. Well, shit. Ground control to Major Tom. Goddamn. Just seeing how repulsive Hillary is as a person in public. I mentioned that up to 12 in public. And you have like 7 or 8 year old. Yeah. I mean, considering how much of like a nepo baby that Chelsea is too, when it comes to like, you know, Chelsea Clinton, or like let's say in private, or like, or up to. Okay, I get what you mean. Up to 12 in private and have to deal with like 7 or 8 year olds deal with their shit. Yeah. I mean, considering that she is kind of like a nepo baby to an extent when it comes to that type of stuff. I mean, I don't know. I mean, she definitely has got like, you know, some skeletons in the closet. I'll say that much. Because, I mean, she's also kind of a part of like the Dem lib establishment too. She's, you know, a nepo baby in that way. So she's okay with like, you know, and been indoctrinated enough to be a part of the system, so to speak. I'm just wondering if she had like a rebellious face, just like, oh, fuck you, mom, you know, kind of thing or some shit. Kind of took after her dad, you know? But I don't know. Also, you know, when his parents are horrible. Well, yeah. I just don't think she would be as fucked. She has a little bit of her dad in her, you know what I mean? Like, I think, you know, she has a little bit of like, you know, there could be a little bit of laissez-fairness about stuff, whatever. Yeah, so, but I don't know. I mean, it's not like I really give a fuck about her anyway. She's just like another establishment nepo baby bitch, you know, as far as I care, so fuck her anyway. Like, but, you know, it's one of those things where, yeah, I mean, you know, like, does that, you know, excuse potentially any fucked up, you know, upbringing she had? No. But look at her parents. And for how old they are, too. I mean, especially fucking Bill. Oh, my God. Like, Bill Robinette Clinton, like, oh, my God, that son of a bitch. Like, he looks like Hillary is literally absorbing his life essence out of his fucking soul. Like, he just looks like he's a skeleton with skin around him, dude. It's like, what the fuck happened to him? He used to look like this fucking, like, you know, kind of like a little plump dude to be like, all right, I'm a little plump man, knows how to play a little sax, all right, a little sick Willie. You know, but now it's like, he looks like a literal husk. He looks like, you know, like one of those fucking goddamn, like, you know, Starship Trooper fucking bugs, you know, just sucked out all the juice out of a man and just like, it just like, it's just skin and bone, literally nothing else. It's like, the fuck?
Is my wallet in here?
I think it was in your pocket last time I thought you had it. It's on here.
I might have just fucking lost it.
Oh, you had it in here.
Okay, so it was here last night?
Yeah. Might be in your coat pocket, I think.
What time is it?
A little after 1.
Only 1 o'clock in the morning?
A little after 1, yeah. You didn't lose it. You just misplaced it somewhere. I know that much. You literally had it earlier. We were trying to deal with a phone bill earlier, so it's like, I know literally for a fact he has it. So, like, he just misplaced it somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's in his coat pocket. If I remember, I'm pretty sure he had it earlier in his coat pocket. Just not in the one he's wearing, it's just in his other coat. At least I'm pretty sure it is. Because I know he had it. He had it, you know, when he went and take a nap. So. If anything, I'm pretty sure that's the way, that's why he's coming in here for. It's like, I want to pay my phone bill. Oh, shit. What the fuck? Where'd it go? Has to be in there. His little coat pocket. He definitely had it last time for sure. Do you know that Sales first experience Dragon Ball Z when he drinks a guy with his tail? I don't think so. I mean, it's been a fat minute since I've seen some Dragon Ball Z, so I'm not 100% sure. I mean, if you show me the scene, I might be able to remember it, but... You find it?
Yeah, it's on the couch.
Okay, yeah, I knew you had it here, so... I just figured, you just misplaced it.
Fell out of my pocket while I was sleeping.
Ah.
Fuck.
Ooh,
Fucking hungover as fuck right now.
not sure, Bonaroni wine, or a little cup.
Go ahead and have some if you want.
I'll just have a little sip.
Oh. Man, I wonder if your dad's got any fucking snubs in his room.
Well, I did snag a little bit for myself. I think there's like one full one, but I was going to leave that for himself. There might be like another halfie in there. Maybe. We're all just slowly going for these fucking things.
Yep, I'm doing it.
I'm not taking responsibility. I'll just take whatever's left, I suppose. Wait, what? Well, that's really... It's like a minute I'll wait on you. Well, wait, what is it?
That wooden paddle had spanked me on it. Then I had that on my fucking ass cheeks. Did I tell you about that?
Yes, but that just was apropos out of nowhere. What?
Dude, that shit was weird as fuck.
Yeah, okay, you gotta tell me the start of how this happened. Like, I mean, you gotta really kind of explain a little bit, because you told me about, like, the peak. Yeah, I know, but you told me the peak of it, but never how it, never, the crescendo.
It all started at Silverado.
I'm not surprised by that, to be fucking frank.
The guy buys me a couple of drinks and he's like, hey, man, I got some bourbon upstairs if you want to get spanked. So I said, fine, fuck it. I want to get spanked for some bourbon. I got my ass spanked for bourbon. With a wooden paddle. That shit fucking stung like crazy.
I mean, if done right, it's not supposed to hurt long term. It's supposed to sting, but not overtly hurt.
You know what? Why didn't you go get your ass fucking hit with the paddle by him? He loves spanking little boys like us. That's his favorite thing to do.
Well, I'm not into elderly fucks like that.
He calls himself the dirty old grandpa.
Or the spanking granny or grandpa, whatever the fuck.
The dirty old grandpa.
Yeah, no. I'm not into that, so no. I'll be
not even for free alcohol? You only have to get your ass spanked 10 times to get free alcohol.
I would just be like, it's $10 instead. Can I bribe instead? I'm gonna be the other way around. And honestly, at that point, I just buy drinks. Nah. No. think that I'll buy him a drink to not, coerce me into that, because no. Be like, how about, you don't bother me with this. Here's like a drink on me. No.
Oh, wow. It's only 2 o'clock.
Yeah, jawohl. Is this the guy who told you to become a stripper? No. Well, he has been one in Silverado before, and he's mentioned that, yeah, I could be one. So he's, yeah. And the old guy, no, that's not the same dude. Well, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. Actually, it might be the same guy, because I was actually mentioning a story earlier about how, like, there's an older guy that went to my store once and mentioned how, like, oh, you look kind of cute at some of these, clubs around here, young man, like at Silverado or something, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was an older guy, too.
You can go to Silverado and be a fucking male whore.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that the old dude that, you're saying might have been the same guy that I was talking about. Like, so maybe. I don't know. I never seen him.
Long hair.
The older guy had shoulder hair that I was talking about, so maybe it might not have been the same guy.
Yeah, he has long hair.
Well, this was years ago, too. I was like 23 or 24 at the time, so maybe he might have grown his hair out by then.
Long hair, long beard.
Well, at the time he did have a beard, but he didn't have long hair yet. But maybe he grew his shit out.
His beard was like down to here.
It was more like here at the time. So maybe he
grew about someone else.
Well, maybe he grew his shit out, because like I said, this is years ago. So maybe at this point he was growing his stuff out at the beginning, and then just woof, and then woof. So maybe after a certain point it just grew out. But I don't know, like I said, like, it was a story that I remember like years ago, because it was just like unlocked for my memory, because it was like 5+ years ago at this point. So maybe so.
Well, it could be. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
I just took a shower. That guy was playing. Dude, that guy was grabbing my dick and everything. And he was trying to get me to suck his dick last night. I was like, hell no.
Man,
like I got a free leather jacket out of it.
Well, fair enough, yeah. But
barely.
Honestly,
it's a medium.
It might fit me.
You can have it.
I'll see if it fits, because I've been needing a new leather jacket anyway.
And that's a brown one.
So it fits with what I'm wearing now anyway, right? So it'll work.
How are you doing anyways, man? I am
pretty good. Made me some mashed potatoes, and
I'm a little hungover as fuck right now.
Yeah, made me a little bit of mashed potatoes, kind of at least get me going for a little bit, and then I wanted to get some rice, but I got that instead, because like I didn't realize rice was like $4.99 for the cheapest fucking thing. And I was like, of rice. I was like, the fuck. I was hoping to at least be like $1.99 for like a little box of rice, but
what
no.
What is the Clackamas? Could you look up the Clackamas zip code real quick?
I'm pretty sure that's 97202.
I think it's 97015 over there by like the Fred Meyer's.
I mean,
it should. My phone bill should go through tonight now.
I mean, it should. But I mean, I don't like.
I'm gonna try it. Fuck it. I'm gonna send it. It's 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, just check the balance real quick just to see.
Thank you for calling Straight Talk. Para español, marca 2.
Sí, Cedro.
I'm your virtual assistant. We and our partners may record or monitor this call for quality systems training and personalization. We may need to collect information from you. To learn how we use, share, and safeguard that information.
Oh, just because of the info, probably wouldn't necessarily be best around here.
Privacy notice at the bottom of the straighttalk.com homepage. To refill your service, say 1. To add a line to your account, say to buy a service plan using a debit credit or government issued card, say 1. If you already have a service plan. 2025.
Yeah, got paid.
Your account before this date to keep your service active. For international calling information, including your balance, you can text the letters ILD to 611.
Woo!
Now, as a final, please turn your device off and back on. Would you like me to repeat this information?
No.
No.
If you just
Fuck off, AI bitch. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There we go. So it just had to be after midnight after this time. Sweet.
Look at this, oh, bang, bang. Look at that little tail wag. Even you're happy about it.
Cool, let's go.
No, I can tell that even like today, you were getting a little salty about being bored and everything about like without having that for a while, dude. Like I can kind of tell you were like,
Yeah, I was.
yeah. I want to kind of mention be like,
process.
what?
I'm thinking about if you want to make a mission with me, getting some bears. Would you like a beer?
Sure, why not?
All right, let me go get my jacket. Let's make a mission.
All right. And we'll salute my charge. Yeah, we got a good charge. You know what? Let's have adventure time. I'll be right back to take a little spring leak of the Hillary lizard, and I'll be right back. And I'll cut myself, and you can stay inside, you little straight bang. Little bastard. No, you stay in there. Nothing.
Zukov, come on. Zuzu. Inside now.
Where'd he go? Ah, smart. Good on him. Good on the lad. It's actually not even that cold out, surprisingly. Gotcha, what time is it? Oh, we got time. But we can't let Zukov be a little bitch about it. I like how after all these years they still have that sign.
Go ahead. Here we go.
Oh, Zukov's gonna be bitching. Little bitch boy.
Don't go pay. Fucking like still.
I know, dude. Hell yeah. Ooh. There we go.
Oh, fucking. Yeah, this is another jacket, by the way. It's gonna get me.
Oh,
It's real leather. It's real leather too.
Nice. Well, it looks like it fits you pretty decently too.
It's zipped up, but it's the kind that likes to go all the way up my fucking skin. Now I got a phone again.
Oh, dude, there's this funny thing on Telegram that you should get 2 chances to see because there was this like whole crew of like dirt bike racers or some shit that like mobbed up all over LA, and like fucking police droppers are fucking watching.
That was in downtown Portland last night.
Oh, really? Well, damn.
A group of motorcyclists were just riding fucking wheelies and shit down.
That's what happened to LA earlier today.
Know how I made it back to your place last night.
You said you just walked the entire time. Like you
I
do?
did not walk all the way from Garden.
Oh damn! Don't do that. I know that's what you said. You were like, "Yeah, I just walked from Portland back here," and I was like, "Really? You didn't take the max?" You're like, "No." I said, "Was I just like sober up?" You're like, "Yeah."
No, I fucking took the max.
Well, you told me you walked the entire time, so evidently you.
That was my drunk self-talking.
Well, yeah. Oh, sorry. But yeah, so
Well, maybe I just 7-Eleven before the last call.
I'm not even worried about that. Did you think of meatloaf? Because I'm wondering why there's like a meatloaf debris.
I do remember taking meatloaf.
So this is you.
And then a bag of chips of Lay's.
That was you.
had a little.
I knew it, son of a bitch.
You didn't drink that all last night?
Yeah, a piece of tea, two of them.
So you went to Safeway allegedly?
Well, I got some mashed potatoes and stuff. I had a little something for that. Yeah, a little something there. Helps me up a little bit, helps me out. Oof. Had to get that out, huh?
Tasted like meatloaf.
So that validates the meatloaf hypothesis. Too acidic.
Could have brought the meatloaf back and shared it with you.
Well, you got the cheesesteak thingamabobs, the hot pocket things. I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot it's cold though.
There's this fucking playlist. It's like, yeah, that is.
I forgot about that.
Oh, should we grab pack on that?
What?
Oh, should we when it comes to like schmigaronis, do you think you should grab pack or?
I don't think I have enough of that, dude.
Okay. Well, I just want to. Well, I was saying, might as well check the balance before the form of so you know the totality. But I guess we can figure that out afterwards. See what it looks like tomorrow.
I think you're gonna be shit after I pay my phone bill.
Well,
I just want to make sure it's actually gonna go through. Well,
because now you can check the actual account and stuff now, without having to go for the phone bullshit.
it's all going through well. I'm getting all my messages. Let me see. Yep, it's all going through right now.
Treat.
Funny thing is, if I ever want to get a good spanking done, and get free alcohol, I get the guy's number.
Damn. Not that I was the cakey fuck over here.
I'm not into that kind of shit, dude.
Like I said,
That
evidently.
shit fucking hurt, dude. I had to tell the guy to stop, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna drink a little bit more bourbon, and then I gotta go.
I would have just like snuck a little something, be like, I'm like, fuck you. I need a little interest rate on this bourbon you're giving me. Also, the guy delivered. Gosh, nice.
Oh, yeah. And I start this Sunday for work, too.
Hell yeah. What Christianity yet?
It's karaoke night tonight.
Yeah, Philadelphia's, yeah.
My mom probably. It is.
Well, shit.
I just paid my phone bill so I can make sure I went through. Anyways, I gotta go. Love you too, bye.
What's up, man?
You want yourself in nachos instead of a beer, then get yourself in nachos.
Well, I already have my camp food anyway, so I don't really worry about that. I mean, if you want them.
Get yourself a beer out of it. You have my favorite one. It's cool.
What, the one?
Yeah, you know, the smooth Imperials.
I'll get to it with that one.
What's up, J-Dog? You got that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good. Thank you.
Have a good rest of the night. Bada boom. Bada boom.
Now it's me buying me a fucking beer. I wonder how much we have left.
Well, for me, it's technically zilch, but I mean, well, I'll just worry about that tomorrow with Duffy's or some shit. I already have my little fair share as far as I care, so don't want to worry about it. Well, at least he's checking his own balance. Oh, man. It's a good idea for him to check it tonight. Oh, shit. This place got a goddamn RV over here? Dang. I wonder if this, lot actually sells anything or if it's like a body shop or something. I love how it just has this blasting on the speaker. I kind of like myself if I had just a smidge. It's not like too loud. Adventure time. The things I want to do that I fucking want to play, I'm gonna like get it booked. Thoughts don't go through my goddamn head, I tell you what. Okay, I'm not too far right now. But honestly, I think I'm gonna do like at least just some more harmless bullshit, but still, fucking probably even get a couple coworkers right now. Let's be fucking frank. What's the balance left? I'll just save it for tomorrow. I mean, because there ain't no reason going back, so don't worry about it. We'll just grab some just couple cheap pub beers tomorrow and just call good on that one. And I can ask if maybe time's going down or some shit.
Tastes like meatloaf.
like I was saying from earlier, definitely validates that meatloaf. That was all over.
Yeah.
And those pork chips, half of those chips got sacrificed. Damn.
Honestly, I just remember eating them on my way to your place.
I can only imagine what some of the people out here would probably think when they saw you just like,
Mowing down.
yeah, just like
fucking,
looking like a
chips and
looking
meatloaf.
like a primal savage, just like going fucking ham. Like
Dude, it was the weirdest thing. I don't think I've ever done that on my way home. Dude, I should have shared those when I got back.
You're fine. It was like Philly cheesesteak, a little.
I don't even know
Thanks,
how I
dude.
was gonna say I don't even know how I made it out. Philly cheesesteak hot pockets.
I don't know.
But
Frankly,
hey,
because
at least we
honestly,
got-
outside of like corporate and management, half the people in that fucking store don't give a goddamn fucking dick. Like they don't care.
whatever.
And also, I mean, a lot of them already know me, so they just look at me and they're like, "Oh, what's up? Hey, what's up? Just buying some stuff immediately because I'm still dealing with my bullshit." And they're like, "Yeah, no worries, man." You know, like they don't bother me.
I'm glad phone bills paid.
Hell yeah, phone
So
bills paid.
Fucking excited now. I can go back to watching my goddamn videos on the phone
Man, dude, like
and texting my ex.
oh man, dude, that's like the one thing about like the
Did
dopamine
your phone
looping
bill
thing.
get paid too?
I mean, that's the thing about like dopamine looping that we've kind of been like snared with, like look, I mean,
The chips have been sacrificed, bro.
the sacrificial chips, dude.
So
It's in your remnants. Dude, look at this, dude. It's remnants of the meatloaf. Look at this. There's more up ahead. This is absurd.
There's
Look,
the lid.
the lid's right here. He's like, fuck that. And you started consuming it right here. You're just like, nom 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 nom.
No, I started consuming it out there at the light.
Well, you must have dropped it something or whatever. But you're just like, nom 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 nom.
Yeah, I do remember
And then
that. Oh my
I
God.
can literally see the plate way up there, up ahead. I will zoom in hardcore. There's pixels of white. You can literally see
I
it.
don't know. I got a thing of cream cheese sitting inside the fucking house too.
Some string cheese, yeah.
No, cream cheese.
Cream frige. Cream frige.
I got cream cheese for Zukov.
Cream frige. It's cream frige.
Oh yeah.
Like Cool Whip, cream frige, Cool Whip, cream frige. All right, we're about to approach the
What
lid.
time did I get back?
Sometime like around 6 or some shit. 7, I think.
Huh.
There's the lid. there's the rest of it. What the fuck? You litter bug son of a bitch. How dare you,
To be
litter?
honest with you, I don't remember it.
Well, now you have to do a community service and pick it up. Pick it up. You litter bug
No,
piece
the
of shit.
liquor store was open right now. I bought down the liquor store and go get my liquor.
That would not be bueno for moi. Especially if I got things to do.
Oh shit! I'm gonna on my ass.
Don't be slipping on no ass. I know you got a little evidently she never fucking sent it or something. I was kind of thinking that. It's like, dude, it's been so long. It's been like a month or now. Has it been that long? I thought it's been longer than that. Like, cause it's been for quite a while. Like, it should not take this long for that to be, sent over. I think she just didn't fucking send it. I was just like, now that you got your shit paid over and stuff, I would just like let her know, be like, yo, did you actually send it or not? And if so, it has not been sent.
Well, I don't care as long as my phone bill got paid and it did.
Well, well, cheers to that.
I'll share this one with you.
Hey!
Oh, that little. Yeah.
Bing,
Oh.
good slap. Bing, there, boy.
Fuck you, Zukov. You've been a little fucking shithead lately.
Who's slap?
Whoa.
Oh, my ex texted me and said, hi.
Gotta let her know the updates. Cream cheese supremacy. I'm not about that cream. I'm not about the cream fraiche.
He's all about eating these nuts, though.
The nuts. Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Skibidi the bop bop. Skibidi the bop bop. Yeep, yeep.
And girl, you're looking fine as fuck since high school.
What?
Chick I went to high school with, bro. Amaya. She cleans up good, and I want to bang that bitch.
Oh, she looks familiar.
I want to put it in her ass.
You're very blunt.
These are both of my aunts. This one on the left, she got a boob job.
I don't. Was that relevant information?
One time, me and my dad, we decided to be funnier than shit to put. You know how you can set some of those sex ringtones as the
Yes.
ringtone? We did that to my aunt, and then we called her throughout the store.
Wow. What the fuck? Why do I feel like that's some redneck shit?
I think that's why I went to bed so early, is because I was just bored. But I've been slowly drinking that wine.
Yeah, well, I mean, because you don't want to do it fast, because you want to kind of do it slow. I mean, because with the stuff that's...
I can't believe this guy gave me this fucking badass leather jacket.
Oh, man, that is a nice jacket. I mean, honestly, it just looks good on you, honestly, as it is. I mean...
Here, try it on.
Yeah. Here, actually, I'll stick up everything off first, just to see how it
This
fits.
one's actually fluffier than yours. And actually way warmer.
Well, I'm thinking this could be like an overcoat for my punch jacket. Go. Oh shit. Ooh. Shit.
It actually looks good on you.
Ooh, especially if I got going.
Yeah, that's your jacket, man. It fits you better than it does me.
This definitely could be an overcoat for when I'm wearing here. Actually, here. Let's try. Because it's really, let's try that on. Scrap.
He's had that since 1980.
That's it. Oh, that's vintage. That's some vintage shit right there. Here, let me do this.
There's still the little button thing on the back of it. You see that?
Yeah, that's the.
And then right there, you see on the pocket.
Oh yeah. Oh.
It's a classic.
Oh.
Now you just got a fucking leather jacket from the 1980s.
Oh shit! Hold up, dude. This is gonna flex harder than that other brown jacket I had.
Yeah, I threw that one away because it was garbage.
Well, it ended up being.
And it was ripped.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I might have had Logan's key in that. One of the pockets potentially, because I've been trying to find.
You did not have the key in that.
I'm trying.
I searched the pockets before I threw it away.
Well, actually, it fits really good as an overcoat.
So I think you might have left the key over at Logan's or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Or it's somewhere right here in the garage.
I'm pretty sure I did over there because I remember after last time I remember having put it down somewhere in his house. So I'm pretty sure it's just at his place.
We can either save that fucking $11 and get ourselves Smigs tomorrow.
with the field coat after this, with the let me. Damn, this shit, it looks more puffier on me now, but with the outer kind of field jacket coat and this and the extra warmth of that, like, this is some proper winter shit right now. Now I'm actually fucking warm. I'm like, ooh, nice and toasty. Now I look like I could be out in Alaska or some shit with this.
You're welcome.
I mean, hey, if you ultimately need it and I don't, when it comes to being cold as fuck, I mean, fits you too.
We'll switch once in a while. I got that nice black one too.
Yeah. I remember you got that one too, so.
Oh god, dude, I fucking never again go to that guy's house. Only just a shower meet.
But what if he does that, like, oh, you need to have a 15 round spanking before you go into my shower? Like, what if he does that? You're gonna be like, no.
No, I already talked to him. He wished I was more gay because he would have fucked me in the ass.
Well,
he was like, I'll take a Viagra to fuck you in the butt. I was like, nope.
No. Oh my lord. Oh god. Nope.
I'm like, I'm sorry, dude, but I ain't that gay.
I ain't that bi. I'm bi, but I ain't that bi.
I told him, I was like, dude, if you get me drunk off my ass, then different story.
I'm not bi, but I ain't that bi kind of situation. I was like, oh, Lord mercy.
Should have brought Harley there. Harley's into the spankings.
Dude, he does not like old men. You do not know his preference. He likes younger, like big, like swole stud kind of dudes. Like they were fucking.
I know he likes the buff guys just like I do.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I also like twinks as well. Like I like both. Like on that side. Like I like masculine dudes, but also like feminine dudes.
You would have liked last night because there was hella buff dudes down at Silver.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the mood. Cause like if I'm more on dominant feel, I like the twink boys. But if I'm more in sub mood, I like the buff guys.
We can either go to Duffy's tonight, or we can go down to Silverado.
I'd say, I would see what what people's we'll see what how many people.
Oh, did I tell you I saw fucking Lavender on the Max yesterday?
No shit, really?
She was on her way to an interview, and we were sitting there bullshitting. She was like, I
hope
you have fun at fucking Portland. I was like, I'm just going to Portland just to fucking get drunk. And she was like, sounds like fun.
Better than my interview.
Yeah, and she was getting interviewed at another dispensary.
Oh, right on. Oh, yeah.
I tried to get her to come down to Duffy's this weekend, but she's going to the beach. And Lavender.
That sounds like a more fun
Lavender would be way more fun to fuck anyways. She may be part of the small itty bitty titty committee, but damn, she got a body I want to smash.
Well, hey, I mean, I'm an equal titty bitty offender as far as I care. Big, small, anything in between. I mean, hey, I'm not judgmental. I have my preference, but I like them more bigger. But whatever.
I wonder if Bradley got off of work and if he wanted over to that guy's house. I'm gonna call him.
Oh, what? Bitch Brad or different
Bitch Brad?
Bitch Brad.
Oh, dude, it's actually in my phone. Okay, so he didn't block me. Hey, buddy. Not much. I actually just got my phone paid tonight. I know. I tried to get him to get you to come over, but I ended up leaving his place around like 7:30, 8 o'clock after I got my spanking. Dude, I was crucified after that, bro. Oh no, I remember drinking a shit ton of bourbon. And I think I grabbed it. I think I took off with one of his bourbon glasses too, so.
I'm not surprised. Probably was dropped somewhere on the max.
How's she doing? Oh no. Uh-huh.
And they told me to call them back today, but I didn't.
You should probably check in on her and make sure she's okay, dude.
I just know that she was in surgery. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I don't really have time to check in on her until I get off of work.
Well, just check in on her after work, buddy. I decided to call and let you know I made it back home safely.
Oh, hold on now. You gotta talk to me now. Well, because now you called me, so now we have to have our bromance.
Say hi to Andrew. You're on speakerphone.
Skibbity. What's up, homeboy?
Andrew. What's going on, buddy?
Not much, just chilling.
How's what's his name? Dick Face with glasses.
Oh, Harley? I don't know. Like, last time I saw him, he literally popped in, woke me up, dropped something off, I think, maybe. I have no idea, but then just left. Like, he literally just, like, came into my room, woke me up, and then left. Like, so I don't know.
Dude, that gym guy liked me in my skinny jeans.
Asshole, or is it just me?
No, he's a fucking complete dickhead all the time.
Well, like, I mean, it's one of those things where you have to kind of, like, you know, warm up to in a way, because, I mean, he's really hard to approach. I mean, you know, but, you know, like, when you actually really kind of see the, you know, pass through that hard underbelly, or, like, you know, shield of his, you realize he's kind of a teddy bear. Because he's
cool. He's a cool guy.
The thing is, I know what he's going through and why he acts like that, because I've done the same thing. It's literally a trauma response from other abusive males.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, because he's had a really rough upbringing for sure.
The whole acting hard thing and just kind of being rough around the edges and just like,
yeah.
I mean, like that whole thing. Just like I understand, you know, I get it. I've been that guy.
Hey, Brad.
That's Brian.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah.
We'll bang, okay?
What the fuck? Wow.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm looking into getting an apartment in Portland soon.
That's what I'm looking at. Because the gym guy that I told you about, the spanking guy, his rent down there is like $8 something a month.
800 something?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap, man.
Me and him could fucking do it. $400 a piece.
Yeah, I mean, split between each other. I mean, that actually wouldn't be bad at all. That's way better than how most people have to deal with it right now, especially a lot of places.
I was thinking if I just
actually, no, I would give Brian the discount price, so then that way I was the ruler of the house.
Fuck you.
Well, hey,
we
we
all
same
know
way
how,
over here.
We all know how that's gonna be. As soon as he got his fucking man of the Johns on. And he's going to be like, oh, I don't want you here anymore. Get the fuck out kind of situation. I'm just like, fuck you.
I've only done that to you once, okay? And that was because I expected half of rent and you only gave me $80.
I know. I remember that. But alrighty, buddy. I'll let you get back to work. Feel free to hit me up after work. I may go down to Silverado tonight because I know Kendra's going down to Silverado.
Well, I can't go down to Silverado tonight because I work tonight, and then I have Saturday and Sunday off.
Okay, so then we'll go down to Silverado Saturday night then.
Duffy's tomorrow, Saturday night.
Yeah, that works.
You know, yeah, there you go.
And you want to go with us Saturday night?
Yeah, why not? I won't have much better else to do.
Yeah, and that way you can see a lot of dick down there at the fucking downstairs.
I just wish I had a little cash around instead. Like, yeah, make it, you know, like where I can at least tip. That would be nice. But whatever.
I'll figure something out. Because I don't want him to have to pay for everything either. He'll usually.
Yeah, because I spent like good $200 last time we went out, dude.
I know you spent $100 at Silver. No, you spent $100 at Silver, and then you bought us Jello shots at Kelly's. and shit.
No, there was the one time that I like was getting like Wells whiskeys and stuff. That one time at least. So I know that you've been kind of been flexing a lot with the with the monies with that. So you gotta take a little break with that. Take a respite.
This is how it's gonna be. Okay, we buy shooters from the liquor store or a bottle. I'm gonna take a fixed income of $100 out. That's all I get to spend.
Okay.
That's actually pretty responsible, I would say. There you go.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, I agree, dude.
Because I'm like, I don't know where Jennifer's head's at, but I need to like chill out. I need to like save some money. I need to move the hell out and get to my own place again. I can't do this anymore. She won't even let me wash dishes without complaining, dude. You know how demoralizing that is? Like,
that's fucking annoying as fuck.
It's condescending. Yeah.
Cook, clean. Nobody gets in my way. I can cook and clean and take care of my business. She's so nitpicky, particular about every fucking thing, and it makes it super hard.
Yeah, it's like condescending. It's like kind of a covert narcissistic kind of shit in a way.
She's a sweet woman, but she's narcissistic in her own way. And you know what? We are all probably a little narcissistic in our own life, but that's just her form of narcissism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're not exactly as healthy, yeah. Because, I mean, there's a healthy dose of it, or like a healthy dose of selfishness that, because obviously we have to look after ourselves ultimately, but there's a healthy dose of it versus like something that ends up being kind of toxic to other people.
But, all right, buddy. Get a hold of me tomorrow when you wake up.
All right, buddy.
I love you, man. Be safe at work.
Much loves.
All right, love you guys.
All right, bye.
Peace out, homie.
Bye.
What-do-do?
Got bored of talking to him.
Him and I started going into it, like some philosophy about like, psychology and shit.
Dude, yeah, Saturday you should go down to Silverado, guys.
Well, Fridays is Duffy's and Saturday is Silverado. There you go.
Yeah, I want you to go with us at least because I want you to have a little bit of fun and actually meet the girls that me and him made out with.
All right.
You could probably make out with them too because they're that easy.
Oh, I'm not looking for easy. I'm just looking for, like, I'll say this much. I mean, I'm at least looking for a basic connection. I mean, it doesn't have to be like
and plus,
a deep one, but just enough to where I like you and blah, blah, blah,
And plus, if we want more alcohol, I can get a hold of the spanking guy.
I am not.
All you have to do is watch me get spanked and you get free bourbon out of it.
Oh, yeah, all right. I mean, at that point, I could just laugh and be like, oh, look at this.
Or you can fucking videotape me like, show everybody at Duffy's. This is
what
this guy liked.
Okay, now you're just tempting me. Okay, you're starting to make it worth it. God damn it. Motherfuck. All right, you're making it start to sound worth it, actually, now at this point. Because if that guy has like a Telegram or some other shit, I can literally.
He doesn't have Telegram.
I can just like send it to him as a direct file.
He's one of those older guys that just only goes off of text messages or calling.
Oh well, I was hoping maybe I could send him a direct file of it too. Maybe be.
You can send it through a text message.
It just won't be as good quality. That's the thing. It'll be compressed. So maybe
He's got one of those terrible fucking cricket phones.
Oh. Well,
so you can send it to him either way.
Well, yeah, I guess I can figure it out. But, damn.
It was a great night last night, besides getting my asshole almost penetrated by an old dude. Sorry, chat. Oh, you have no viewers.
Well, yeah, it's sorry. I think your Rose who's been here for a minute, like, he's like, oh, Lord mercy. I
want to know what the boys are talking about in fucking our group.
Oh, I have that, police chase in LA that I was talking about that you should check out because it's pretty funny.
Who is, Laura Matus?
Who?
Some chick.
Oh, probably a bot.
It is a bot.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Not much was being discussed.
Finally got the phone bill paid. What's up, players? wonder what the fuck Logan's doing.
I don't know. I got a notification for that.
I'm gonna call his bitch ass. He probably gotten off of work and went to bed.
Maybe. Who knows?
Or getting his dick sucked by Crystal.
He does not like Crystal, though.
Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait. I thought my retarded ass, mixing names up. Okay.
Fuck you, Logan.
He's like, no, fuck Brian. I ain't talking to him right now.
Just like you sometimes.
A lot of that times because I'm asleep. Or I'm literally in the bathroom or distracted or something.
I have to go over to his house anyways and grab my backpack because my birth certificate's in there.
But yeah. And I got my bike over there. So
and also I got my receipt for the fucking ID in there. So in that way, I can use that. It's a second form of ID. You can't send messages for 3 days.
Oh, damn. Well,
I'm just gonna go to my other one.
I would say,
Talina, you've been talking to you a lot on this one.
What's the FedEx's pay rate? Is it every 2 weeks or every week or?
For a FedEx pay?
Yeah,
it's every week.
All right. Because I'm thinking next paycheck, I'll go with you to just take one of my piece of mail, so you at least have then you can just say, hey, it got lost in the mail last time and stuff, whatever, the white light shit.
Yeah, I want to go to FedEx. I definitely want to go to DMV. I want to go to the one off of Powell because that one was faster.
Yeah, and we'll just go down there, and I'll make sure to grab a piece of milk because I already have
I have
a couple of them around me anyway, so it works.
As long as it's like a bill or a fucking bank.
Or a piece of mail works too.
It has to be like a PGE or a bill or a fucking bank statement.
Well, I remember last time when we were asking about it, he says it could be a form of mail, an ID that with an address on it or something like that, but it has to be at least, an official address, document thing.
I didn't know your real name was Richard.
Well, a lot of it's just because I don't buy it. And also my mom was high as fuck on morphine. It was meant to, because I was a C-section kid, including my brother. But,
I was a C-section too.
Yeah, and she was after the recovery, the doctor came over with the certificate thing and being like, what do you want the official name to be? And she flipped it around because my middle name was supposed to be my first name. My first name was supposed to be my middle name, after my granddad. So, it ended up just being the opposite just because she, the doctors got her juiced up pretty good, going to ground control, the major town, birthing a baby on bus.
I'm glad.
High as fuck on Pluto.
I'm glad you just go by Andrew, though. Andrew's an easy name to remember.
That, and honestly, it fits better for me.
It really does.
I mean, it's because there's 1,000 fucking nicknames that, could be used, for that type of shit. There's no greens. Have fun. Oh, there's even, oh my god. Button Ronies? It's kind of like a cowboy Roni, kind of jacket. I'm not gonna lie. Did you get a little fucked up?
Not yet.
Aldrig got young patron. Oh, that sounds like a yes.
Oh, I'm not fucked up. I just had to get rid of that loogie. See, I'm glad I woke up at this time. Got phone bill paid. Got a couple more brewskis. I got my buzz back.
Now we're chilling and not having to get spanked for it.
You're never going to let that down, are you?
Yeah, pretty much.
You prick.
Well, hey, I'm the fur fag over here. I mean, you know that enough as it is. So I
That's
mean,
not as worse as getting spanked by a fucking wooden paddle.
do you know how much like furs are into like kind of shit like that, like collar leashes, BDSM, spankings, woo daddies, kind of thing? Like, I mean, come on now.
Oh well. I can't do it the way I used to do it after I lost my voice.
I can't even do it anymore.
Oh well.
All right, hold on.
Don't fucking laugh. Okay, so tonight I'm gonna do kill switch engaged, and then I'm gonna do probably an Eminem song.
Oh, you know, there's a couple songs I haven't done in a fat fucking minute.
I haven't done kill switch in a fat minute.
There's like a few that I want to like, learn, but honestly, the more Halloween thing, because I remember when I had like, Halloween, when I had my East German kind of get up a little bit with that dress uniform, there's a few songs I found out that are like East German songs that are karaoke. I'm like, I need to literally just be thematic with that next year, so I'm just going to put those, aside for a full fucking year, which, god damn it, a little too late, but I'm thinking, there's a few other songs I actually found out that are, karaoke, so I want to do some new ones, but there's other ones I haven't done in a fat minute.
Is your dad awake?
Probably not usually. Well, I don't fucking know, to be honest. I mean, there's a 50-50 gamble chance that he might be or not. I'm assuming you want the
Smigs.
Oh,
I might cash app you like $5 to give your dad for cigarettes.
Well, realistically, he might only get $3 out of that, just because I'll have to take a little bit out, from tomorrow's stuff. So,
or I'll just give you my debit card and you can get cigarettes tomorrow. Or you can walk up there now and go get a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, well, that's what I was asking about on the way up there, because I kind of figured maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea.
I'm not walking back out there.
Well,
What year was I born?
Well, I know that. I'm just saying, like,
let's get the cheapest pack of cigarettes. I know they got a $10.99. I know they got a pack of cigarettes there for $10. If you wouldn't mind making the mission up there. You're a fast walker.
I know I am.
Me.
Well, you know what? Here, I'll smoke this last little one anyway, and since this, it's kind of a little died out for the stream anyway, I'll wrap it up after this and then go ahead and make the mish.
That way we have smiggies.
Yeah, because then tomorrow, then yeah.
And I can spare your dad a few after he.
Yeah.
Plus, it's my turn to buy smigs anyways. Just don't get the American Spirits.
Yeah, because that's like
$13, and we only got $11.
Yeah.
Are you gonna remember the code when you go out to the store? What is it?
You're a year before my birthday. Year. I know that.
All right. Now, you got to memorize.
But yeah. Oh, let's go for now. Go on this fat mission, all that fun shit stuff.